I don't care anywhere. Like a river connects to the ocean, this pavement touches wherever we're going. White lines flying by, who knows what we'll find. You and me tonight. Drive, let's drive. When's the last time we dropped our things and went? Woke up somewhere that we've both never been. Growing up doesn't mean getting older. Maybe it's just left turns off familiar streets. I just wanna come back with a memory. Growing up doesn't mean getting older. I don't care anywhere. Like a river connects to the ocean, this pavement touches wherever we're going. White lines flying by, who knows what we'll find. You and me tonight. Let's drive, let's drive. Remember when we were young and free, all the way it used to be. Tell me, can we go back? It's 3.2 from the driveway of my house to your apartment where I am waiting now. Like a river connects to the ocean, this pavement touches wherever we're going. White lines flying by, who knows what we'll find. You and me tonight. Like a river connects to the ocean, this pavement touches wherever we're going. White lines flying by, who knows what we'll find. You and me tonight. Yeah, let's drive. Let's
All right, I'm gonna go off for a minute.
We actually met in this class, in this studio. We were in TV and radio. One of the first times I spoke to him, I think I was like a floor manager, and what were you that day?
I was in the booth or something, I think.
He came out here, and I could tell he was having a rough day, so I tried speaking to him, and it didn't go as well as I thought it would. But eventually we got really close. We were really good friends for many years. Right after I graduated, not even a week later, I was already starting my new job out in Nebraska. It was a really small station. I had to prove myself, and I had to be a reporter of 5, essentially, and get that area news out there and build relationships with the community.
Like Elise kind of said, 1 minute you're having your graduation party, the next minute you're starting a new career as a sports reporter. Right off the bat, I got to do a lot of sports, eventually leading to live television broadcasting, live radio broadcasting, and having a sole focus of an entire about 4 or 5 county area where you're the only person that's reporting sports.
We did more than just report. We were in small radio stations, so we also had to be on the radio. We had to gather the news ourselves. City council meetings, understanding what's going on in your local government. We had a 5 to 6 stories a day quota that we had to meet.
That was one thing that we really had to do at Adrian too, though.
Yeah.
Everybody wore multiple hats. Everyone had to do multiple things while we were in the television studio, while we were in the radio booth, while we were in class. Everyone had a big project, and I felt like that was a big reason why, you and I were both able to succeed out in Nebraska.
actually a producer for 13 ABC right now in Toledo, Ohio. It's a very big job, but I really love it. It's the #1 station in Toledo. Sorry. So I consider myself lucky that I get to work with such incredible talent at my young age.
I am a news reporter for NBC 24 in Toledo, so competing markets obviously, but the experience out in Nebraska that led me to Toledo allowed me to learn what I was doing, and then coming to Toledo, which was more of an organized, an official market station, has really helped me grow, and I feel like I'm able to use what I have now and snowball that.
Thank you for tuning in for Adrian College Football on WVAC-FM and ACTV. Today's pregame show sponsors include Gurgen Insurance, Carlton Lodge, CR Motors of Hudson, the Adrian College Bookstore, On the Spot Glass, and Lenaway Recreation and ZZ's. Please be sure to subscribe to Adrian College TV on YouTube and find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Today's contest is available on WLEN-FM, WVAC-FM, and ACTV on YouTube. Now here's Gabriel Schrei and Ian Wett.
Also for this Bulldog squad, getting things going on the outside, replacing Jaron McGaw. We're going to pause. We're going to pause 30 seconds. We'll be back with more right after this.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, Gurgen Insurance Group. Gurgen offers many services and products to fulfill the goals of their clients. Honesty, integrity, confidentiality, and service are the cornerstones of Gurgen Insurance Group. Their missions is to positively impact the communities they serve by providing insurance and products through well-trained professional representatives. A huge thanks to Gurgen Insurance for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics.
And we're back, the Bulldog pregame show, the band getting things set. Here the Bulldog marching band here at Docking Stadium. Looking down at Kaepernick Field, it's a beautiful evening for football here on the campus of Adrian College. Gabriel Schrei and Ian Went here in the booth, giving you tonight's broadcast between Heidelberg University and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Looking at the 2019 MIAA preseason coaches poll, Bulldogs picked to tie for third place behind Hope, Albion, and Trine. tied with Olivet in that spot. Kalamazoo, Alma, and Finlandia projected behind that. A couple of those teams already played today. We'll see what the Bulldogs can do here tonight.
Ian, let's hear from Steve Sheehan on how Adrian College is looking this season.
Keep an eye on sophomore quarterback Jack Werzer. Last season, Werzer threw for 2,000 yards and 25 touchdowns. You should have a huge follow-up campaign for Adrian. Sean Starks. Starks is an electric shutdown corner who had over 50 tackles last season. Starks is a threat to intercept the ball at any time and will be dangerous downfield. Joe Cleary will be catching passes downfield for Adrian. The tight end burst into the scene with 400 yards receiving and 4 touchdowns. Jim Deere will lead the team again this season. Deere has won over 50 games at Adrian College, and countless records have been broken under his leadership. Keep an eye on sophomore quarterback.
Thank you so much, Steve Sheehan. That's right. They're going to see what Jack Werzer can do on the football field. We've seen some great things from him last season in his freshman campaign, as we said earlier, looking for big things in this 2019 season. We'll take a look at the projected starting lineups for both ball clubs. We'll start with the Bulldog offense real quick. We talked about him, the quarterback, Jack Werzer. Running back, they have Colton Randall and Jimmy Clark listed for running back. Wide receivers, we'll look at Samuel Davis, Henry Wilson, and we'll see some Clarence Madison and Joe Cleary play out there just a little bit.
Okay, Ian, sounds good. I'm really excited for this season to get underway. We're going to be right back and get things started with the 2019 campaign of Adrian College football here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Hello and welcome to Docking Family Stadium. We are about to get underway with the 2019 campaign of Adrian College football. Thank you so much for joining us here in the Adrian College Sports Network, live on 2 radio stations and online on Adrian College TV. Ian, so exciting to be underway.
Yeah, it sure is, Gabe. A 2019 filled with some uncertainty. A lot of new faces here for this Bulldog club, and if you're just joining us, we thank you, of course, for doing so. Taking a look at the rest of the starting lineup for the offense, we went through the backfield, the quarterback, receivers. Looking at left tackle will be Brendan Clark. 67 is Max Pillow. He'll be at left guard. Center, Ben Pelletier. Coach Deere, big praise for the young Bulldog center. Right guard, Joshua Brown, and at right tackle is number 68, Benson Gene Giles. Looking at the Bulldog defense, a lot of new faces here. Defensive end, Brad Pfister will anchor that defensive unit. Nose tackle is Deontay Tatum. Number 44, Kevin Smitherman, said his name a lot last season, one of those fearsome freshmen. They are now sophomores. Cornerback is Sean Starks. He'll anchor things in the secondary. Danny White is his opposite. Word of White maybe being a little nicked up, so we'll see how much he plays. Outside linebacker is Blake Masterman. Inside linebacker, Dwight Mann and Lorenzo Hazel, and Brandon Moody out there on the outside as well. We'll run through the Heidelberg lineup as they will get the ball first here to start their 2019 campaign. Both clubs projected to finish right in the middle of their conference, so we'll see how these teams match up here today.
And here we go. With that kick, the 2019 season of Adrian College football is underway here at Docking Family Stadium.
And unfortunately, the opening kick out of bounds. There is a relatively strong wind. I'm sure we'll get some gust up there as well. That just drove that kick right out of bounds. So that will give the Student Princes of Heidelberg University great field position to start this one, as they will set up shop at the 35-yard line. We're going to see this Heidelberg offense. Jimmy Gephardt is their quarterback. He'll be flanked by Brandon Short for most of the evening. Looking to catch some passes, Nick Kofer, Miko Matthews, Kevon Belcher, and Dimitri Pennick.
Heidelberg's quarterback in the gun, one tailback behind him, trips right, looks to throw, lets one go close side. The beam is caught just in play by wide receiver number 7, Matthews. The junior steps out of bounds, and that's just about a 1st and 10. In fact, might have been good for one, Ian. That was really close.
Yeah, nice little comeback pattern, just right at that first down stick, gets him 10 yards.
Similar formation here on 2nd and inches. Gephardt looks close side, now takes the snap, give up the gut, running back, pinballing forward and taken down hard by the Adrian College defensive tackle. And that is enough for a 1st and 10 after a gain of a few feet.
Yeah, it's too bad. That was a great defensive play up front. That entire line really shut things down for Heidelberg.
Heidelberg football on the 45, another handoff up the gut, and this time nothing doing. So the first play, a big pass. Second play, a short gain on an N inches situation to give them a 1st and 10. Now it's 2nd and 9 from their own 47-yard line. Heidelberg back at the line of scrimmage, running a quick offense up-tempo here today. Screen pass, far sideline, caught in play, and the receiver fighting forward down across the midfield stripe. A gain of about 5, and that'll make it 3rd and short.
Yeah, we mentioned that tempo there, just right up to the line of scrimmage, getting those plays in quick. They saw some tape of this Bulldog team last year, really struggled with tempo. We know the Bulldog coaching staff realizes that. We'll see what adjustments they can make as this drive continues here.
Gephardt again in the gun, 3rd and short. Here's the handoff, up the gut, running back, has a lot of space, breaking away, and finally tackled down. One of Adrian's defensive backs got under his legs, and he'll have a 1st and 10 for the Student Princes.
Right back to the line of scrimmage.
This time, close side, lots of space across the 30, and finally tackled down. Heidelberg University looking good here early.
Yeah, good blocks on the outside there, setting up that little bubble screen. They're blocking that outside cornerback in, allowing that guy in the slot to come around and make that catch. Easy pickup on 1st down.
Again up the gut. This time he bounces outside, close sideline, tackled down as he crosses the 20-yard line. A big gain right there for the tailback, Brandon Short.
Yeah, we mentioned him in the pregame. He's a big, powerful running back. We saw that on that play. Started off a left guard, and he saw that the Bulldogs really did a nice job inside. Cornerbacks really have to get things squared away on this run defense.
Handoff. This time the tailback tackled down after a very short carry, streaking into the backfield. Adrian Bulldog linebacker got a hold of him.
Yeah, nice play, shedding that block and sliding down inside to make that tackle. If he doesn't make that play, that could be a Heidelberg touchdown. But with that, they are comfortably in the red zone here. The first 2.5 minutes, they are just really churning this ball right down the field.
Quarterback pass, and this one going to find its way into the end zone. That's a Heidelberg touchdown.
Wide open on that play. You'd think maybe that tempo was an issue for the Bulldogs on that drive. Took Heidelberg just about 2.5 minutes to drive from their 35 all the way into the end zone, less than 10 plays. And their sideline is pumped up. What a good start for the Student Princes to open their 2019 season.
6-0 Heidelberg lead here on the campus of Adrian College, and that's exactly what they wanted on this opening drive. They take their first possession down the field and punch it in here in Docking Family Stadium. Snap is good, hold is good, this kick up, away, and this one goes through. It's 7-0 here at Docking Family Stadium. We're going to take a 30-second break and be right back here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, Gurgen Insurance Group. Gurgen offers many services and products to fulfill the goals of their clients. Honesty, integrity, confidentiality, and service are the cornerstones of Gurgen Insurance Group. Their missions is to positively impact the communities they serve by providing insurance and products through well-trained professional representatives. A huge thanks to Gurgen Insurance for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics.
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Ian Wendt is here with me. Thanks for joining us. And right now, a 7-0 Heidelberg lead over Adrian College football here at home.
Like I mentioned, that was a very quick drive, lots of pace. Almost had us flustered up here in the booth. They were going so quick up to that line. Positive plays, a great look for that offense.
Well, I'll tell you what, 90% of the time, we would not be flustered. We'd love that. But today there's a lot of new stuff going on. We got the new sports network. We got a lot of equipment to manage here, a lot of different camera angles to manage, a lot of different radio feeds to manage. So quite the task. Pass is going to be fielded back on the 20-yard line. Return man trying to slip away, finally tackled down just shy of the 30. And that is where Adrian College football's offense will get their first possession of 2019. And we'll see the guy Steve Sheehan was talking about during our pregame show, Jack Werzer.
Yeah, I think we'll be talking about that young man from Pinckney quite a bit this season. Really put a jolt in this Bulldog offense last year. Of course, he had those all MIAA weapons in Jaron McGaw and Emmanuel Stewart. That era of Bulldog football is officially over for this offense. This is Jack Werzer's team. We'll see who he wants to get involved here. Keep an eye on Joe Cleary.
Yeah, and it hurts to see those guys gone. You know, Emmanuel Stewart, so fantastic to watch play football. Here we go right away, the handoff up the gut. Bulldogs battling for yardage, and the offensive line gets a little bit of push. That's going to make second down a little more manageable. Talking about that offensive line, Ian, 3 sophomores starting, 2 freshmen. They are young up front, and that is a good sign for a couple of years from now.
Yeah, young, but they do have experience, kind of thrown in there last year due to injury and just a lack of consistent depth, but they get a decent hole for Colton Randall to start things off for the offense.
Werzer a give again, and this time ball carrier tackled down for no gain. That's going to make it 3rd and medium for Adrian.
Yeah, Colton Randall's a pretty decent-sized running back, a senior. He's listed at 5'11" in your program. He plays much bigger than that, 200 pounds right on the nose. He runs with some grit and intensity. But this is not a running down. 3rd and medium. We'll see what Werzer can do with the offense.
3rd and medium. Jack Werzer puts a man in motion. Quarterback in the gun. Throws left side. Caught one-handed. And the big man reaching for extra yardage. Not even close to being enough. It's going to be 4th and medium here on Kapnick Field.
I couldn't quite see the number, but the way he caught that football looked like Joe Cleary.
Oh, yeah, that was Joe Cleary.
That was one of the best 1-yard completions I've seen live in a while. Went up and just athletic ability. Coach Deere, I'm going to say it, he loves this kid on the football field. He can do everything. If he could put him on defense, I think he would. He's probably got the ability, but he likes his blocking. He likes his hands like we observed right there. I think he might have him returning punts also, so we'll be keeping an eye on Joe Cleary.
He literally
on
is
special
returning
teams.
punts. The blazing brilliance, Sud, too much. The snap is high, tumbling into the Bulldog end zone. Both teams diving for it, and it looks like that's going to be a safety in favor of Heidelberg University. It's 9-0 here at Docking Stadium.
Well, that's for sure an interesting start to things. Some special teams miscues last year cost this team some ball games, and not a good start right here with 10:32 to go. Already down 7-0. Offense got 4.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us
10
in
and a half
thanking one
left
of our
here in the
sponsors,
first quarter.
Lenawee Recreation.
Ian, it's been tough so far. Lots of new players on this Bulldog team, lots of new faces, and I think they're still trying to get their bearings.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of positive feedback from training camp, but training camp is training camp. You have to do it in the game, and this is a tough opponent in Heidelberg University. Traveling up from Tiffin, Ohio, here to play these Bulldogs. good start for the road team.
So I think it's pretty obvious up front, tough for Adrian College. You cannot try and run that football. They are way bigger up front. Bulldogs need to pass it. This time, the kickoff, or rather the punt, after the safety is fielded just over the 30 of their own side of the field. Student Prince's return man gets up to the 40 where he's stopped up by a crowd of Adrian College Bulldog defenders, and that's all they're going to get out of their return man right there, Matthews.
Yeah, and that's going to be great starting field position. It looked initially like the punt was going to go out of bounds, giving Heidelberg good field position again, but instead they have to field it in the field of play. They got it out past the 40, so their first drive started at the 35. Ran a few plays, marched down the field, and scored. We'll see what they can do with only a 59-yard field that they have to work with.
Ian, 59 yards between Heidelberg and the end zone. They lead 9-0 here at Docking Stadium. Handoff, close side, tailback, can't stiff arm that first Bulldog defender, rumbling forward and tackled down by Dwight Mann.
Yeah, watching the guard pull on that play, Wally Kalinowski didn't have anyone to block. There was such a big hole for the running back.
Heidelberg's quarterback lets a laser go left side, tipped and dropped. Had a man wide open right there and unable to hang on to the football. Nick Coffer, the junior from Willard, couldn't get it.
And that was a good route run, good route combination called by the staff for the Student Princes. They had the receiver right behind the linebacker in front of the safety. Just couldn't squeeze that pass in there. Wonder if that wind had anything to do with it.
3rd and medium for Heidelberg, and now a timeout down on the field. Taken by Jim Deere. As they take a timeout and a break, we're going to take a timeout and a break as well. We'll be right back here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, the Carlton Lodge of Adrian. The Carlton Lodge offers a comfortable and convenient lodging experience. Carlton has spacious rooms and suites, fit for a peaceful night's sleep. Their amenities include a hot tub and pool, a 24-hour fitness center, a business center, and much more. A huge thanks to Adrian College's Choice of Lodging for sponsoring Bulldog Athletics.
Welcome back here to Docking Family Stadium. Adrian College football on the air on the Adrian College Sports Network. AC just took a timeout, Ian. They trailed 9-0 here with 10 minutes left in the first quarter. A rough start to the 2019 campaign.
Yeah, I know it's early. First game jitters. You'd almost like to have the opening game on the road.
Yeah.
So it's just your coaching staff and your team against the world. A lot of pressure here at home. I really like that timeout by Coach. It could get out of hand if things don't go well on this drive.
3rd and medium. Quarterback faked him out right there. Jumping off sides on 3rd down.
Can't have that play right on the football unless a lineman jumped. That could be a first down for Heidelberg. The officials will discuss.
Yeah, they're going to flag that one against number 90 of Adrian College right there, Max Patillo, the sophomore.
That's a tough break, and with that first down, Heidelberg back in their hurry-up.
1st and 10, Geppert running that hurry-up, that up-tempo offense. Handoff right side, tailback driving forward and manages to knife his way up in there for a gain of 3 yards here. It's now 2nd and medium. They're over the 50-yard line down to the 46 of Adrian College's side of the field. Ian, up-tempo offense. They're back at the line. Heidelberg's quarterback uncorks one left side. Caught. Receiver makes a Bulldog miss. Jukes out a second and tackled down at the 30. 1st and 10, Student Princes.
Catch right there for Maceo Matthews on the left side. Good catch and an even better run after the catch. The Student Princes offense really looking good early.
Student Princes move their tight end to the right side, far side of the field. This time a handoff to the tailback. He goes directly up the gut, and he can't bounce his way up in there. Only a gain of a couple here. It's going to be 2nd and 8.
That's a good sign for this defense. You need, as a defensive line, you'd like to neutralize that line of scrimmage, allow the linebackers to make plays like they did right there. That kind of frees up things for the corners to focus on the receivers.
Ball now down to the 28-yard line. Tailback headed left in a big collision right there. Coming down and getting in there, the Bulldog defender lowered his head. That is a hit stick.
Yeah, I heard that all the way up here. That was shoulder pad on shoulder pad. That brings up a huge third down. I think they're right on the edge of field goal range. Not very solid kicking game for Heidelberg. A couple of backups in there.
Geppert, the quarterback, lets a laser go left side, caught. Matthews, the wide receiver, finds the end zone from 28 yards out. Touchdown, Heidelberg.
Just beat his man right there. One-on-one, the safety never made his way over. I would like to say an easy pitch and catch, but I don't think I could do that. Bunch of young, talented athletes out there made that play look simple. Student Princess marched that 79 yards in about 6 plays. Get the ball in pay dirt.
15-0 the score as we gaze into the blazing sun here at Docking Stadium. 8:38 remains in the first. Heidelberg just scored again. Here comes the extra point attempt. Snap is good, hold is good. This one is up, away, and through. 16-0. And we are going to take another 30-second break and be right back here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors. The service never stops once you visit CR Motors in Hudson. CR Motors builds customers for life. With a full automotive service and maintenance department, CR Motors both repairs and sells vehicles. They have tons of brand new options and top-of-the-line used options too. A huge thanks to CR Motors of Hudson for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics.
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Gabriel Schrei here with my longtime partner, Ian Wen, excited to be bringing you Bulldog football in all kinds of ways this season.
Student Princess set to kick off. Kicking off the wind right now from their right to left.
Per sources, this is going to be a tough matchup for Adrian.
That's for sure. And a fair catch on the opening kick for the drive for Bulldogs to start. Hey, Joe Cleary. Back there returning kicks for Adrian College.
Well, there's no bigger Joe Cleary fan than you and I. I'll tell you what, folks.
Is that a story for is that a story for halftime?
Yeah, let's save it for halftime.
Right now. Okay.
Let's save it for halftime. First time we saw Joe Cleary. First time we saw his name, we didn't even know who he was. We've got a great story.
Genius.
Accidental genius from Ian Wentz. Stay tuned for the halftime. We'll tell you all about it here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Jack Werzer fakes the give. Pass left side. Nearly intercepted. No, he got it. Oh, my goodness. The student Prince tipped the ball and then somehow caught it in play. That was an unbelievable interception. It's 16-0, and Heidelberg University gets the football back.
Couldn't quite see the Bulldog receiver number to see who Werzer was looking to throw that to. It looked like a run-pass option. The run was not there. Werzer pulled the ball back. The receiver was not even looking, and Tremont Wiley makes a great interception. Gives Heidelberg a great position inside the Bulldog 30. They have it at the 29, 8:33 to play in this opening quarter. Already with a 2-touchdown and a two-point conversion lead, 16-0.
First and 10, Heidelberg's offense back to work on the 29-yard line after the interception. Laser left side, Matthews reaching for the football.
He caught
That's unbelievable.
Wow.
He caught that. What an athletic play.
That's for sure.
You can't even contain it. That was amazing, right?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It looks like they're trying to throw away from Sean Starks, and they're really having a great time doing it.
Handoff right side, a new tailback in the game for Heidelberg University, and he makes a nice cut. Brandon Reed from Mansfield, Ohio on the carry.
Just like that in the red zone. Not slowing down here. Bulldogs have to make adjustments on the fly.
Geppert, again the give. That same tailback takes a shot right there. A pair of Bulldog defenders drag him down. Second down for Heidelberg University, but Ian, they're already in the red zone. They basically started the drive in the red zone. The football down around the 12-yard line with 8 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
It's going to be play from the linebackers, I think, that'll make a difference in this game. They have to be involved in the run game like you saw there. but they got to get after it in pass coverage and shedding blocks to make tackles.
3 wide, Geppert fakes the give, rolling right. Pressure coming, a trio of defenders in the backfield. He's in trouble, rolling down the sideline and steps out of play last minute. Clock stops with 7:36 showing.
Great effort right there in the backfield by the Student Prince's quarterback. Good pressure, neutralized it, got no yardage on that, setting up a really big third down. I mean, if you can hold them to a field goal, 19-0 is a lot better than being down 3 full scores here early.
Third down, Geppert looking left, wants to run, rolling, has some space, headed to the sideline, stepping just near the pylon right there.
And we spot a flag on the field. It looked to be in the area of holding, the flag resting right at the 17-yard line. Looked like a pretty obvious hold right there. Bulldog pass rusher trying to get to the Student Prince's quarterback. Unable to do so, and they will march this back, setting up an even longer third down and on the fringe of field goal territory. And it is a holding penalty on Heidelberg. Will march them back 10 yards. Bulldog faithful here, loving that call. Stadium just about full here at Docking Stadium, looking down at Kaepernick Field. Third down and 20. Quarterback look, stands tall in the pocket, down the seam, he's open, it's in. Did he catch it? He did. That's a touchdown for Heidelberg University. What a pass, what a catch. They find pay dirt yet again. Kevon Belcher just right down that seam behind the linebacker in front of the safety. Heidelberg rolling early. It's now 22-0, 7:21 to play in this first quarter. So they take advantage of the amazing interception, march down 29 yards, and score. Extra point is on the way. Drilled through, and it's good. It's 23-0 Heidelberg Student Princes. Looking good early. Bulldogs will get the football and try to right the ship. We'll be right back with more Adrian College football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Lenawee Recreation has been a staple of fun in Adrian for decades. Lenawee Recreation offers bowling, fun, games, and so much more. Lenawee Recreation offers ZZ's Bar and Grill. It has a variety of lunch and dinner options available. Lenawee Rec is located on College Ave in Adrian. A huge thank to Adrian's Bowling Alley and Barside Grill for sponsoring Adrian College athletics.
And welcome back. What a gorgeous Saturday evening here in Adrian, Michigan. Partly cloudy skies, mid-70s for our temperatures. What a great day to start the college football season here for Division III. Adrian College off to a rough start, down 23-0. Heidelberg just scored a touchdown off of a turnover, and they will boot it right back to Adrian College. Joe Cleary takes it at his 10, looks toward the middle. Not too much space there, but he got up toward the 20, and that's right where they'll mark him. Bulldog offense starting things off at the 20-yard line as the players climb out of the pile. Give him just about 10 yards on that return. So with 7:15 to play in the first quarter, 23-0 Adrian football on their own 20. You have to erase that last drive from your memory, quick memory, off that interception. That's just an unlucky play. Go back to what you do. Go back to your scripted plays and see what they can do.
1st and 10. Wurzer in the gun, man in motion. 2 still out wide. He's rolling right, check down pass, caught. Big man makes a nice juke right there as he crosses the 25. A gain of a few for Cleary and Jack Wurzer. Still 23-0 here in the first quarter, Ian.
Yeah, that's going to be the bread and butter for this offense, I think. Joe Cleary, a safety blanket for Jack Wurzer, ran across the formation, got open. Wurzer made a solid throw, staying ahead of the chains on first down.
Wurzer fakes the give, pass left side, caught, lots of space down the sideline, finally taken out of bounds. 1st and 10 for Adrian College and the Bulldogs. That's Marquise Johnson, the junior wide receiver from Ann Arbor, Michigan. We'll
see who emerges from this wide receiver core as the guy. We've had the guy for quite a while on the outside. Wurzer trying to see in a game who's going to make those plays. That was a nice one right there by the young man.
1st and 10, Wurzer gives, coming close side, running back cuts, hit by a trio of student princes, and not a whole lot doing for Adrian College right there. Jerome Neal from Deerfield Beach, Florida, and I talked to Harry Bailey about him this morning, and he said, you're going to see Jerome get the football a lot. He's a lot like what we've seen out of Colton Randall, but Harry Bailey says there's one thing he loves about Jerome Neal. He finds a jersey of the other color and chases them down. He's hungry to run over defenders. Won't have a problem with that here today. 2nd and 12, Wurzer fakes the give, wants to throw, uncorks the howitzer right side, incomplete. The pass intended for number 11, Samuel Davis, the 6'2" freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Ian, he stands 6'2", runs a 4.40.
That's it?
That's it.
Only 4.4.
At
He'll work on that.
6'2".
He'll work on that. You saw that speed right there. One-on-one coverage, the defensive back trotting back after running about 40 yards with the Bulldog receiver. That was a pretty good throw by Wurzer. He was under pressure.
Yeah, and the defensive back you'll now see is lined up about 13 yards back after that attempt on him. Wurzer looking to throw again. This time pressure coming. He's going to run with it. One defender to beat as he nears the sideline. Cuts upfield and hit after he's out of play by the linebacker. Takes his shot, and a good gain by Wurzer when he's in trouble.
Barry Middleton out there making a hit, the 6-foot senior out of Cleveland, Ohio. Went to Benedictine High School. And after a promising start to the drive, a couple of easy passes for Wurzer. They take that shot on 2nd down, could not connect. Drive stalls, but improvement, I would say, for the Bulldog offense. We'll see if special teams can also improve. The last punt did not go so well.
Yeah, they're trying to figure things out up front here on special teams. Heidelberg looks sharp. They got some big dudes. 4th down. 7 to go. They're going to punt it. Snap is good. This one is blocked. Bulldogs in trouble, but this time the football will skitter out of play. A bit of good luck for Adrian there, as bleak as it may seem.
Well, the snap was good. Punter motion was good. I think you might want to do that a little quicker. If you see that rush coming, take your 1-step kick instead of your 3- or 4-step kick. You got to get that football out, giving Heidelberg a great look at the end zone yet again inside the Bulldog 30, already up big.
Yeah, Ian, and you know a thing or two about punting.
Yes, I do. I definitely had my fair share of punting for the JV football team. Played left tackle. So when the offense didn't do too well, I got to stay on the field, punt the football away. I did not want to get blocked like that. That's
and
for
I've
sure.
heard you're available as a coach part-time.
I am.
As a kicking coach. 4 wide this time for Geppert and the student princes. Lets
Wide
a pass
open.
go for the end zone. Almost intercepted by Adrian. Safety right there. Coming over the middle. That's Sean Starks who laid the lumber.
Yeah, Bulldog faithful know what they're cheering for. A very intelligent crowd here tonight. When the quarterback let that pass go, looked open, looked like an easy touchdown. No one within 15, 20 yards of him, but like you said, Starks with that closing speed made a nice hit.
5.5 to go here in the first. 23-0 Heidelberg. Here they are on offense. Check down pass far side, and that's enough for a 1st and 10 for the student princes. They are back in the red zone here at Adrian College.
They just played the numbers game on the outside. There were 2 Bulldog defenders up toward the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers, that's an easy play call.
This time close side and making the spin move work. He's tackled down at the 1-yard line. Unbelievable play. 1st and goal for Heidelberg.
Yeah, that time the Adrian cornerback got through the block, was there to make the tackle, but as you mentioned, a great spin move to pick up that extra yardage.
Here we go. This time they will push their way towards the end zone and find their way in.
Yeah, quick pass. Bulldogs not set. There was a flag thrown on that play. Not sure who wasn't set, if Adrian had too many men or if Heidelberg was not set before they let that play go. As it stands, it's a touchdown, but officials talking it over. And that was
illegal
a penalty.
substitution.
hard to substitute when Heidelberg is running that high-paced offense. If they do not sub, they're going right up to the line of scrimmage running a play. It's really hard to make a substitution, especially inside the 10-yard line.
5 minutes left in the first quarter. 29-0 the tally here on the campus of Adrian College. Ian, Trine won their first game this season. They haven't lost a regular season football game since 2016.
That's it?
That's it.
Well, that's been a little while. They got a good program down there.
I know.
Are we making the trip there, or are they coming up here?
They're coming here this year. Last year we went there and checked out Lamar Carswell. He's gone now, I've heard.
That should be a pleasure, inviting Trine up here.
Yeah.
So big winners today? Big winners for the Thunder?
No, they had a rough game, actually. They had a rough outing. The extra point, the PAT, is good here for Heidelberg at the campus of Adrian College. 30-0 is the score. Reviewing Trine University, talking about that, they should have done better than they did. That's the word that I'm hearing around the water cooler.
You know the score, Gabe, and it was like 60-0, right? Don't lie to me.
No, it
I
wasn't
know
60-0. No.
We hang out.
No, it wasn't 60-0.
It wasn't?
No.
Is that too low?
It was I think it was a respectable score-ish. It was like 38-19 or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it wasn't bad. I want to give a
still
shout
don't
out
believe
to
you.
I'd believe me.
Okay, I'll believe
It's
you.
worth believing. It was something like that. I'd have to look to know the
Okay.
exact. But I've been kicking around the water
Who'd they
cooler.
play? Do you know who they played?
I want to say Madison, but that doesn't sound right. I want to say.
Do I believe that?
No, I don't believe me. So, hey, I want to give a shout out to Patrick Stewart, the sports information director here at the campus of Adrian College. His new graphics on Twitter look great. Follow him at Adrian Bulldogs, and he's done a great job of presenting stats and information to us, if you will.
And if you know us, you know we need help with a lot of things.
I've never needed more help in my entire life than I need right now.
And the lineups and the two deeps and everything. Patrick Stewart, great job here for Adrian College. Joe Cleary back there deep for Adrian, made the fair catch. And that rule in place will put the ball at the 25-yard line.
Ian, Adrian College's band sounds good here today.
They always do. I'm a little biased, but I think they always do.
30-0, Bulldogs offense back on the field from their own 25-yard line. Colton Randall tried to bounce it outside, and that is a true swarm of student princes. He is overwhelmed by the defense.
Yeah, and you mentioned the age of the offensive line for Adrian College. They do have game experience, but they're still young. And I'd like to say there's not really a height or weight advantage, but you look down on the field, there kind of is for the student princes. A lot of big bodies up front, really having their way with the Bulldog offensive line. Lucky to get 2 yards out of that first down play.
2nd and 8 ball on the 27-yard line of Adrian's side of the field. Those of you listening on the radio, driving left to right on your radio dial. Colton Randall takes the handoff and again swarmed by the student princes. He is just in a whole heap of trouble.
Yeah, the defensive line of Heidelberg able to tie up the Bulldog offensive line, allowing those linebackers to come in and make that solid tackle. And they lost about a yard, maybe yard and a half on that second down play. We're going to see Werzer air this thing out here. They got to get something going in the air attack, as you mentioned earlier.
3rd and 9, under 4 minutes left in the first. 4 out wide for Adrian. Werzer calls for the snap, looking left, wants to throw. Here's a beam. This one out of play. No good. That'll bring up 4th down.
A little bit of pressure applied there by the student princes, but watching the ball come out of Werzer's hand, it looks good. It's a nice tight spiral, has some pace on it. He just needs time and the receivers to get some space. They can get this passing offense open. They might have to do that from here on out. Pass first, run second, kind of bring the linebackers back to respect the pass and then think run second. I think that might be how Adrian gets things going offensively. We'll see.
Some trouble with punt formation here. Adrian shifting around. Snap is good this time, but some whistles before they can even start.
Delay a game. So we have a mishandled snap on a punt, a blocked punt, and now a delay of game will back this special teams unit, which had issues last year, back them up 5 more yards. See if they can get this ball away. Heidelberg returner standing at the feet of Bruiser at his own 45.
That was nice.
Thank you.
That was a good visual. Can you see that in your car right now? I can see it here.
Well, I said he's at the 45.
Yeah, that was good. No, I know.
I thought that
was
covered
good.
all of it. Yeah,
if you know the field, that's good. You get the 45. If you know where Bruiser is on the field.
He kicked
Punt
it right to
is
his
fielded.
feet.
He dropped it back on the 45, and now he scoops it up desperately down on the ground. He was right by the feet of Bruiser.
Now we know where that is. Put that on the list of things we now know. Heidelberg, their worst field position was their first drive. They took their opening drive from the 35 to the end zone. Everything else has been closer than that. This one starts at the 46. Big time lead here with 3:24 to play in the first quarter.
Matthews, who is fielding that, plays left wide out here for Heidelberg. That's the close side of the field if you're listening on the radio. And Matthews is a junior from Miami, Florida. Receivers from Miami, Florida having a big day in NFL headlines today. More on that in a moment. Trips right as Geppert gives it off to the tailback again. Brandon Short hit hard. He took a shot to the ankles. And a big celebration from the Bulldog defender right there. Again in on the play is Dwight Mann, the freshman from Florida.
Yeah, also went on that play, Lorenzo Hassel. What a nice play, a negative play for the defense.
Geppert, pass right side, caught just in play by Heidelberg's Jamie Colts, the 6'4" receiver from Franklin, Ohio.
I saw a flag fly right at the start of that play. I'm not sure if there was a penalty or if Coach Deere tried to call a timeout right before the play. Officials will talk it over. They're pointing at Heidelberg, and it is against the Student Princes.
And that's encroachment on Matthews.
Back him up 5. This defense in a good position. Hey, the offense could get a spark from this defense. There are playmakers all over this field. Get a turnover here. You can play aggressive now in the second down and long situation.
Matthews is all over our broadcast, and all I can think about is wide receivers from Miami, Florida today. That's all I keep hearing about. We'll get into that in just a second here. Geppert and the Student Princes, the ball now on their own 39, driving right to left on your radio dial. He's in the gun, looking to pass. Pressure coming. 2 Bulldogs rolling far side. Has a lot of space down the sideline, finally stepping out of play. That'll bring up 3rd and medium for Heidelberg University with 2:49 left in the first. Wide receivers from Miami, Florida. Antonio Brown is an unrestricted free agent. How about that one?
I heard he signed.
Already? Did I miss that?
With the team I'm not a big fan of. In the northeastern
Browns?
part of the country.
The
I heard New
Patriots?
England.
Geppert gives it off. Nothing doing. 4th down already. I was too busy setting up for this. I didn't hear.
Well, I heard it was the Patriots picked him up.
I
I'm
don't
sure you'll
believe it.
check
I
that
think
out.
you're pulling our leg.
A big-time stop on 3rd down for that Bulldog defense after giving up about 10 yards on that second down play, able to stuff it on 3rd. We'll see the punt return team here, and it is big number 83, Joe Cleary, back there standing at his 10-yard line awaiting this punt. Sources telling me that the special teams units for the Student Princes, they have a backup linebacker punting and a backup cornerback kicking.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Sources telling me that during the week that they had really great kickers, a punter and kicker last season. Have to replace them with someone, and I guess they're switching things around on special teams.
Big shout out to Beta Brett on Twitter for the compliment for the Adrian College Sports Network. We're going to take a 30-second break. Be right back here on ACSN.
Bulldogs featuring their base black uniform with accents of gold.
Colton Randall on the carry.
Best run of the day for Randall. As they get about 7 yards on that first down play. A good push by the offensive line. Open up a nice hole for the Bulldog back.
Werzer on second down. Again, the give, fake the pass, and rejected at the line of scrimmage. That looked like a blocked shot in basketball. He bounced right off of them.
Yeah, the defensive end for Heidelberg stood up his block with one arm. Then the second arm came in and tackled the Bulldog running back. As this will set up a third down and medium. Passing plays seem to be going Joe Cleary's way. We'll look where he is set up on the offensive set. He looks to be tight to the line of scrimmage on Werzer's right. He has a running back with him to his left.
Werzer looking to throw. Again, the howitzer right side. Nearly caught by the big man and the new man. He looked open, but he was just out of play. Samuel Davis from Indiana got a fingertip on it, but stepped out of play.
Yeah, we talked about that receiver earlier and his height and his speed. I could see that being a connection, I think, and Werzer knew it. That ball got caught up in the air a little bit. There is a breeze blowing to his right that kind of pushed the ball out of bounds, unable for Davis to make that catch.
Ian, we need to shut down the NFL and turn it back on. You are 100% correct. We'll get into it in a second. Here's the punt. Bulldogs punter gets a good one away, fielded by Matthews back on the 30 of Heidelberg. He's moving from right to left on your radio dial as they return to offense. What can he do on special teams? He's wrapped up and stopped at the 40-yard line, so that's where they'll start their next offensive possession with 4 seconds left in the first quarter. WLEN-FM's radio engineer who's working this game for us back in the studio, Laura Rakowski, just sent me an article on Facebook. I'm trying to keep up with all the text I'm getting. Thanks, everyone, for the feedback, the great fans on Twitter. Antonio Brown is signed with the New England Patriots. You were right, Ian.
Yeah, she told me before the game.
I thought you were kidding.
No. They'll start this thing at the 42-yard line. One more play potentially here for this first quarter, one the Bulldogs would like to forget.
Thanks to that fan for just walking into the radio booth. Good time. Here we go. Heidelberg back on offense. Handoff right side. Tailback is pinballing his way down the field. Finally tackled down. It'll be second and short for Heidelberg. We're going to take a 30-second break and be right back with more Adrian College football here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
I can't hear us, so I don't know.
15 minutes to go here in the first half of action. We are entering quarter number 2 here on ACSN. A huge thanks to everyone tuning in on 103.9 FM, WLEN Radio, 107.9 WVAC FM, and Adrian College TV live on YouTube here on the Adrian College Sports Network. It's fantastic to be up and live, and lots of little things going on. We're figuring it out.
Everything works in the dry run every single time. And then it's game day, and the chords are like, well, I don't know. It might work today.
We're figuring it out.
Yep.
We're getting some great feedback on Twitter. A couple of tweets right at me, a couple at ACTV. And I just want to thank everyone for reaching out on Twitter. You can reach out to us at WLEN Radio, at WVAC Radio, at Adrian College TV. I'm at Shry Guy, and he's at IH Went. Thanks so much. Handoff left side. This time the tailback and nothing doing for him. He's tackled down as he returns to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and about 3 for Heidelberg University. The ball right on the 50-yard line as they drive from left to right on your radio dial.
I want to say that was number 42, Brandon Moody, the outside linebacker, was being blocked on that play. It looked like a great one for Heidelberg. He was blocked right into the running back, so we had no choice but to make that tackle. A good break for this defense.
Geppert gives it off again. Brandon Short rumbling, stumbling, and he crosses the 45-yard line. That's a 1st and 10 for Heidelberg.
That's just tough running right there off the left side. Really pick your poison here for Heidelberg as the Bulldogs make a change up front defensively.
Geppert on 1st and 10 again. Fakes the give this time to Short, looking to throw. Here's one gone left side, and it's out of play.
That whole defensive play just flowed beautifully for Adrian College. They got some pressure on the quarterback, and they had tight coverage down the field. Nowhere to go but deep. Sets him up with a 2nd down and long.
Short on 2nd and long. Taking a fake, and then the pass downfield complete. Geppert finds his receiver, a 15-yard gain for the Student Princes. It puts them at the 24-yard line of the Adrian Bulldogs as they drive left to right, just 4 yards outside of the red zone. 1st and 10, Ian.
And we see Leonard Cohen come in the game for Adrian College, trying to make a last-second change, and it will not happen in time as Moody cannot quite get off the field. Coach Deere coaching him up on the sideline. They're going to burn a timeout here on defense with the Student Princes knocking on the door once again.
A great move by Jim Deere right there. Knew to take the timeout and keep them from receiving an unnecessary penalty. It will remain 1st and 10 as Adrian College just trying to pump the brakes a little bit here.
So these teams are familiar with each other on the gridiron. Adrian leads Heidelberg in the all-time series 12-4, including a 7-2 mark at home. This does mark the first time the schools have met since 2005 when the Dogs crushed the Student Princes 61-14 here in Adrian. We've been talking a lot about the wide receiver for the Student Princes, Maceo Matthews. He's poised for a breakout season. We've seen that today. He had 34 receptions, 670 yards, and 9 touchdowns in 2018. We've seen a lot of Brandon Short so far in this first quarter and change. 325 yards, 2 touchdowns. Very high on that young man out of the Heidelberg backfield. And I believe he's out there behind his quarterback.
1st and 10 for Heidelberg now. 3 out wide, 2 on the close side. They're driving left to right on your radio dial. Just outside the red zone, the handoff to the close side, and the big man rumbling forward, but nothing doing for Jace Grossman right there, the junior who's tackled in the backfield, a loss.
Yeah, getting some playing time for the 5'11", 225-pound junior from Ohio. He went to Elmwood High School. Not much going there. Good defense coming out of that timeout for Adrian College.
Geppert looks to throw, pressure coming. Here's a bomb right side, caught, the tight end, unbelievable effort, double covered by Adrian College, gets the football down at the 16.
That's going to make it a very manageable 3rd down play here for the Student Princes. Making the catch was number 40, Nick Kofer, the tight end, is standing at 6'2". That's a big man to cover.
3 wide this time on 3rd and short. Heidelberg give up the
Great
gut,
play.
and this time they'll stop the running back, the defensive line, getting the penetration they need. Great play by Adrian College.
Yeah, I saw Leonard Cohen in there making that initial hit, and then a host of Bulldogs came over to finish him off, and the offense is out on the field for this 4th down play.
This time, Geppert in trouble. Pressure coming. Wants to throw. Uncorks one right side. Nearly caught. Just out of bounds. Dimitri Pennick, the wide receiver from Palm Beach, Florida.
That was almost disaster for the defense. It was a great play until I saw that ball go up the opposite side. I thought, oh, he's open. There's space, but the ball just floated out of play. Good stand by this defense. Now they turn things over to the offense, who are starting to get warmed up. You know, these teams don't get a preseason. This is it, and this is a tough opponent here to start their 2019 campaign. We'll see what adjustments they make from that first quarter.
Yeah, it's a super tough opponent. This is a team that sees schools like Mount Union year in and year out. And when you're prepared for teams like that, programs like that, Adrian's really testing the bar here in their first contest of the season. Check down pass, not a lot doing for Adrian's wide receiver right there, but a nice positive gain on 1st and 10. That's about 6 yards. It'll take them down to their own 23-yard line.
Good look on first down, staying ahead of the chains. We'll see the Bulldogs go to some sort of a hurry-up style offense, being down 30 here in the second quarter.
Wurzer on 2nd and medium. Pressure coming, rolling right, far side of the field. 1st and 10 as he steps out of play. A pickup of about 8 yards. Nice scramble by the sophomore quarterback.
Head football coach Jim Deere speaks highly of this young quarterback, Jack Wurzer. He said he looked good last year, but he put in work on this offseason. He's faster, he's stronger. We saw that on that run. He's electric. When he decides to take off, he's got running back speed. We saw that in picking up that first down.
1st and 10 for Adrian College. Now trips left. That's the close side of the field. They're driving right to left on your radio dial. Wurzer, a fake on the check down. Now a bomb down the field. Caught. Bulldogs receiver free. 1 man to beat. Gone. Touchdown, Adrian College Bulldogs. 30-6 here in Docking Stadium. 11:51 left in the first half.
Big play Wilson, number 7. Henry Wilson beat his man. Wurzer with a nice throw and adjustment on the football. Wilson finds the end zone. That was 68 yards from Wurzer to Wilson. That could be a connection. We saw that a little bit last year. This one finds pay dirt for Adrian College, their first offensive score of 2019.
And it was a nice one. We saw that from Jack Wurzer time and time again last year as he threw 20 passing touchdowns. Here's the PAT attempt. The snap is good. The hold is good. This one up, away, and through. 30-7 is the tally here inside of Docking Family Stadium. We're going to take a break here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Be right back in 30 seconds.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, Lenawee Recreation. Lenawee Recreation has been a staple of fun in Adrian for decades. Lenawee Recreation offers bowling, fun, games, and so much more. Lenawee Recreation offers ZZ's Bar and Grill. It has a variety of lunch and dinner options available. Lenawee Rec is located on College Ave in Adrian. A huge thank to Adrian's Bowling Alley and Barside Grill for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics.
Welcome back here to the campus of Adrian College. AC getting their first touchdown of the season. Hey, Ian, it's their first touchdown on the Adrian College Sports Network. We're coming to you live on 3 different media outlets right now. Thank you so much for tuning in.
A 68-yard pass from Wurzer to Henry Wilson. Great breakaway speed by Wilson after he caught that pass. And the junior from Grosse Pointe Park, Michigan, went to Grosse Pointe South High School. Makes a big play for this offense, who really needed it here in the early going.
Bulldogs booting the ball back to Heidelberg University. This one taking a big high bounce, tipped by the Prince back on the 10-yard line. That's where he fields it. Lots of space to work, headed from left to right on your radio dial. 1 man to beat, it's the kicker. He does, free across the 30, the 20, gone! Touchdown, Heidelberg University. It's 36-7.
He's got a wall set up on the left side, untouched. To the house. Bulldog special teams having some trouble here early on. Pushing that lead back up to 29. Get the special teams unit out there to attempt to block this extra point. 11:38 to go until halftime. Heidelberg skill players just too much for Adrian College at this point. Too much speed, too much power. Really overmatched here at Docking Stadium.
Now the PAT for Heidelberg. They lead 36-7 before it. Snap is good. Hold is good. Here it comes. It's up, away, and it's through. 30-7 is the tally, but there's a flag down on the field, Ian.
Yeah, right on the snap, the line judge on the close side threw that flag. that looks to be in an offsides type of play. Question is, was it on the offense or defense? Both teams going to the sideline. Looks like it was on Adrian College, but we'll get the word officially here from the officials.
Okay, they'll decline it. The extra point will stand.
37-7, that's deflating as a team to work the ball down the field on offense like that. After a defensive stop, get the ball, score the touchdown, and then on the ensuing kickoff, give up that long, lengthy touchdown return. I didn't catch where that kick landed, where the return man caught the ball, but it was at least 80 yards to the house.
Yeah, it was a little over 80 yards. It looked like about an 88-yard return. We'll wait for the official word on that at the half from Patrick Stewart, the sports information director here on the campus of Adrian College. Again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in here today and encourage you to give us a follow. I'm at Schryguy, SCHRAYGUY. He's at IHWent, both on Twitter. You're Ian Went16 on Instagram, right?
Or just Ian Went, I don't know.
Follow him on Twitter, though.
I'll
That's
start
where
using
it matters.
Instagram after the game.
Yeah.
We got to figure that whole thing out.
Yeah,
I'm
we gotta
just learning
sort that
Twitter,
out.
okay?
Just do Twitter. Don't. He hasn't posted on Instagram. I made him make it. And then he didn't do it for 2 years, and then he did it after I stopped bugging him.
Right.
So
that's how it works.
We have a great friendship and working relationship. That's not a lie. This time the kick fielded by Adrian back on their own 9-yard line. Return man makes one man miss. Now breaks a tackle. Crosses the 40 of the Bulldogs. The midfield stripe. It's his turn to go. Just about went to the end zone. Slips out of play back near the midfield stripe. A huge return for Adrian in response. But Ian, a flag down on the 50-yard line.
A little yellow menace laying at the 48-yard line, right in front of the Heidelberg bench. On these kickoff returns, I don't know the percentage, but it has to be 95% are on the return team. We'll get the call.
Holding against number 32, I believe he said.
Jack MacArthur, the sophomore linebacker from Whitehall, Michigan, went to Whitehall High School. That flag was right at the Heidelberg 48, so they're going to back things up. Well, the official spot being, we'll say the 40.5-yard line on the right hash. That's where the Bulldog offense will get set to go.
First and 10 now for Adrian and the Bulldogs. Right about the 40-yard line. Those of you listening on the radio, we're driving right to left on your radio dial. Jack Werzer takes the snap, fakes the give. Check down close side, caught. It's the big man, the new face for Adrian.
Yeah, that's Wilson. Back-to-back catches for him. He scored the touchdown. Now makes a nice short post pattern. Werzer running that run-pass option. He held the ball in the belly of the running back for just a moment to see what those linebackers did. They bit up. He pulled back. Fired a strike to Wilson. That's a great play on first down.
Second and short for Adrian College. 2 out wide to the right for Werzer. He gives it up the gut. It's Colton Randall. Randall runs over the defensive end. That's a 1st and 10 for AC and the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he's right there. Tough running for him. It's been tough to do against this Heidelberg front, who look to be at least standing 6'2". A couple guys over 300 pounds for Heidelberg. Able to get just the required yardage for the first down.
Bulldogs sideline, what you're seeing right now.
Bulldogs,
1st and 10.
I was going to say, they got to the line quick, and now they're really slowing it down.
That tricked me. Give right side, Jerome Neal, and he hurdles the man, then takes a shot to the hip. Nothing doing for him right there. Colton Randall from Royal Oak, Michigan on the carry.
Yeah, Coach Steer likes his backfield. I think he's always liked his backfield. He's had some talented players back there, but Colton Randall is one that runs hard. He runs big, and he's got some surprise speed. We haven't had a chance to really see that, but we saw his athletic ability on that play, hurdling that cornerback, getting 1 yard on first down.
Second down, Jack Werzer fakes the give, pressure coming on, corks one left side. And a nice attempt by Joe Cleary to get that football, leaping for it, reaching one-handed, couldn't get a hold of it.
Yeah, Werzer felt that pressure, all the Bulldog routes going to his left, so he just had to pick what level to go to, the short, the middle, or the deep. Cleary was running that middle route, and like you said, just missed him. Joe stretching out to try to make that play. Just couldn't quite happen.
Third down for Adrian College. 4 out wide this time, Ian. Werzer in trouble, climbing the ladder, takes a big shot and falls hard to the turf right on the 45 of Adrian College.
Yeah, a couple of student princes in there to greet him in the Bulldog backfield. And as the struggles for the offense have been there clearly, I'd like to say pass protection has been pretty solid. I mean, Werzer's made some plays, but there hasn't been a straight-up sack per se. So the first one really given up here by this offensive line, Coach Keith Euchre there with his guys trying to get things squared away. They'd like to see a running game here at some point. We've seen flashes, but it hasn't quite been there yet.
4th and long. They're going to have to punt this one away. And this time they do get it away. A nice-looking punt. Under 9 minutes left in the first half as this is booted away, and the Princes will not touch it as it is stopped up at around their own 30-yard line.
Austin Banke listed as the punter for this Bulldog club. A nice one away there. He was a youngster last year, getting some action for Adrian, along with Cooper West, their kicker. We haven't seen him much, but Coach D are very high on those players right now. They have experience. He said he knows what he's going to get from those guys now. He wasn't quite sure last year because they were young, inexperienced, but now he knows the kind of percentages he's going to get, the kind of yardage on his punts, where he feels comfortable kicking the football. That's going to be huge come conference play for Adrian College.
Geppert back on offense for the Princes. Check down pass far side, caught. And a gain of a couple as they reach their own 30-yard line. They'll be driving left to right on this drive.
Yeah, this is the worst field position for Heidelberg, starting inside their 30. Previous to that, their worst field position was at their own 35, which they took all the way on their first drive, but Bulldog defense got him pinned back here.
2nd and 7, handoff, tailback has a lot of space, diving forward, and that's a gain of about 4 yards. Going to be 3rd and short for Heidelberg. 37-7 the tally, 8 minutes left in the first half.
Couple of changes on the defensive line, and you're seeing that intensity now for Adrian College. You need to sprint on and off the field. I'm sure Coach Deere preached that during one of his timeouts is when you're going in the game, you got to run there. When you're coming out, most importantly, you have to be on your game. They do have a flag on this before the 3rd down snap. Looked like a Bulldog jumped. Not sure if they were drawn off. That was on Adrian College. Number 48, CJ Ferrante, the D lineman from Brunswick, Ohio. Guilty party there. It'll be a fresh set of downs for the Student Princes.
Geppert back in the gun, looking to throw. Pressure coming. He's in trouble, and a shoelace sack. The Bulldog defender grabbed the hold of him. Beautiful job right there.
And that was a nice play, as you mentioned, by the linebacker, and that was Leonard Cohen with the sack right there. Backs up the Student Princes. That's going to be a 2nd down and long. We're just inside 7:15 to play until halftime.
Geppert, this time up the middle, and a nice gain right there, going to make 3rd down a lot more manageable.
Yeah, and that catch, the young man we've talked a lot about tonight, number 7 for Heidelberg, Matthews, with yet another catch. We're going to get the stats for halftime, and I see Matthews as a player that's going to be filling up that stat sheet for Heidelberg.
Absolutely. Right now it is 3rd and 3 for Heidelberg University. Trips left. Geppert staring down those receivers. What do you think? Are they feigning it and they're going to give it off, or is it a screen, or is he really going that way?
They've thrown a lot of screens out of this look. They do have them bunched up there. We'll see how Adrian reacts to that.
Only 2 defensive backs over there right now. and he will give it. It was a fake. Tailback coming close side. Adrian didn't bite. A beautiful tackle from the backside by the Bulldog defender.
Yeah, nice job scraping down that defensive line, making that play, came across the formation. Going to give that tackle to, they say number 23, Lorenzo Hazel. Big play for him. Student Prince's set to punt.
37-7 the tally here on the Adrian College Sports Network. 5:50 remains in the first half of action. Snap is good for the punt. Heidelberg's punter gets it away. A fair catch by Colton Randall right on Adrian College's 15-yard line. So they'll get the football back and be driving from right to left.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier about Heidelberg losing some very talented people in their kicking game, and I was not kidding. Heidelberg finding a way to replace two All-American players for their special teams. Their All-American punter, two-time All-American punter, Austin Baker. He led Division III with 43.7-yard average in 2018 rather. That makes a huge difference for your defense.
1st and 10, Werzer fakes the give. A check down pass, lots of space for the Bulldogs. Man lowers his head. 1st and 10 as he crosses the 25 down to about the Adrian 27.
That's a Joe Cleary type play, and I think it was to him. Picking up that first down, and Adrian starting to use some tempo here as we are inside 5 minutes and 30 seconds to play in this first half. Trailing here at home. It's their opening game. They trail this one 37-7. Werzer now with the running back flanking him on his right. He fakes the give, looks deep, goes right side. He's got a man overthrown and intercepted. Heidelberg the other way, down the sideline, tiptoeing, and he will step out of bounds inside the Bulldog 25. Looked like he was at the 32. That throw from Werzer a little too ahead of his receiver, but not too far away for the corner to pick that off and take it back the other way. Heidelberg's offense right back on the field.
That's tough for Adrian. Now it's going to be 1st and 10 for Heidelberg and the Princes. 5:09 left in the first half. Adrian trailing 37-7 here at home. But you got to think, with all this young talent, they're learning a lot from the mistakes they're making today.
Yeah, and like we mentioned earlier, there's no preseason. There's no practice games. This is a tough opponent. You mentioned the conference they play in. They have tough opponents at the top, as we do as well, with the Trines and hopes of the MIAA. Heidelberg out to prove something. They know Mountain Union is looking at this game and scaling, how they prepare for this Heidelberg team. They look solid so far.
Handoff to the tailback, Brandon Short, and he gets about 7 yards there on 1st and 10. Heidelberg enters the red zone again here in the first half.
And as this first half will wrap up, we will have stats and coverage. We'll probably take a look around the country for some college football action, some college football news. Michigan. Are any Michigan fans, do they still have their fingernails from that game against Army, taking them to double overtime? We might talk about that a little bit.
That's an unbelievable contest.
That was a great football game up there in Ann Arbor. A lot of hard-hitting football players.
I don't know what to say about any of that. That was a long football game, and I feel bad for U of M. I mean, they paid them $1.5 million to travel to Ann Arbor and play them, and then Army almost comes away with a win on a paid game like that. That's tough.
I'm sure we'll talk about it at half, right?
Absolutely, we will. There's a flag here. Would have been a 1st and 10. Instead, it's a 5-yard penalty, and they'll now repeat the down.
That Bulldog defense needs to shake off that offensive mistake and make another statement of their own. Both sides of the ball, I think, have been improving, albeit slowly, and the score would not really indicate that, but I think both sides of the ball are really starting to tighten things up, learn their assignments in game speed against a tough opponent.
Gepper fakes it. Fake pump, rolling right, he's in trouble. Slipped away from a couple defenders. Slips away from the same two defenders. Unbelievable effort by the quarterback. Lets one go downfield, nearly intercepted by the Bulldog defensive back. In and out of his hands as he collides with a teammate and loses the ball.
Boy, a couple Bulldogs back in that backfield, chasing the Student Prince's quarterback around. Just couldn't corral him to make that stop, but an incompletion sets up a a good look third down for Adrian College. I'd like to see them dial up some pressure because that seems to be working so far. When they can get in that backfield, make the quarterback work for it.
Third down, here's another pass. This one complete. 1st and 10 for Heidelberg University. Their man inside the 10 before he is pushed out of play. They're going to mark him down at the 11, though. It looks like he got down to the 8, but they'll say he stepped out just outside of the 10-yard line.
Dimitri Pennick with that catch way down there toward the Bulldog band. So they're getting set for their halftime show, as we are our halftime show.
3 out wide, 2 on the far side, but it's a handoff to Short. Short is battling his way up in there. Gets down to about the 6-yard line, maybe reach the 5 as he trucks over a Bulldog defender.
And these players have been practicing all offseason, getting in the weight room, getting in shape. And then they get to hit some practice dummies for spring training. They're just excited to go out and hit people. We saw that with Short on that play, just taking the Bulldog linebacker for a ride.
Prince's quarterback pass far side, and the receiver slips into the end zone on the screen. Touchdown, Heidelberg. The score now 43-7 here on Kapnick Field.
That was just a great effort after the catch to get in there and get the score. They take advantage of another short field with 3:32 to play in this first half.
Now for the PAT attempt. Heidelberg. Snap is good. Hold is good. Bulldogs nearly blocked it, but this one will go up, away, and through. It is 44-7 here at Docking Stadium. We will take a 30-second break and return momentarily on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, the Carlton Lodge of Adrian. The Carlton Lodge offers a comfortable and convenient lodging experience. Carlton has spacious rooms and suites, fit for a peaceful night's sleep. Their amenities include a hot tub and pool, a 24-hour fitness center, a business center, and much more. A huge thanks to Adrian College's choice of lodging for sponsoring Bulldog Athletics.
Back here at the campus of Adrian College, 44-7. And things getting done for the Bulldogs and the Princes. Princes out way ahead right now as Adrian has struggled here in their home opener. Bulldogs about to get the football back. 3.5 left in the first half. Their return man fields it on their own 5. He's moving from right to left on your radio dial. Crosses the 15, tackled down at the 20, and that's where they will start their next offensive possession of the day. It's 1st and 10, Adrian on their own 20-yard line. Big shout out to all of our students here working for ACTV. It's been unbelievable having them join us, and what they're getting done here today is unreal. You can see it at Adrian College TV on YouTube. Couldn't be prouder of what they're accomplishing. Got a whole roster of students working with me here today. I think I have a total of 10 students operating cameras. We've got Hunter Hefner running the board, playing spots, and you're hearing them on air. Zoe DeSlip here in the booth with me running the camera angles. Joe Cleary with a big catch right there. Tipped it up to himself, got a hold of it, battling forward, and finally tackled down. Not sure where they're going to spot him. Looks like there is a flag on the play back on the 25. And based on that, I don't think the play is going to stand. While they sort this out, just plugging some of our excellent employees here today. A lot of freshmen. We've got Hunter Hefner. Megan Abbey is out there shooting B-roll. Leonard Poole is not with us. Mason Hostetler working our top cam all alone up in the top of the press box. Mentioned Zoe, who's here in the box with me. We've got Allie Schaefer, Allison Heider, Tyler DeWitt, Dallas Barringer, Patrick Smith, Brian Cuddy, Kaylee Altman, and Kelsey Miller. That penalty is going to be 5 yards against Adrian and the Bulldogs for a false start. They will run first down again. 4 wide this time. They're driving right to left on your radio dial. The ball spotted on their own 16. Werzer fakes the give. The check down pass on the screen. Receiver dropped it. Second and 15 now for Adrian after that 5-yard penalty and the incomplete pass. Threw on the check down, and the receiver just couldn't hang on to the ball. He was wide open.
Yeah, tough break for the offense to start this drive. They really need to get points on the board here in this last 3 minutes, 8 seconds of this half. Looking for explosion here.
Werzer pass close side, easily caught there, man. Little bit of shake and bake, and he's free down the sideline. A big gain for Adrian. First and 10, just over their own 40. What a play and what a set of moves by Jalen Parker right there.
Definitely showcasing the speed after the catch. A good ability to get open due to the play design. Werzer got on the pass at the right time, able to make a break up the field. Nice look.
Werzer takes the snap here on first and 10. A howitzer right side. Caught!
Oh.
Unbelievable, but he is out of play for Adrian.
Wow, Werzer went back and he knew exactly where he was going with that pass. Tried to go up top, I believe. That was the freshman from Indiana yet again. Tough incompletion right there as he just couldn't quite tiptoe that sideline. It's going to bring up a second down and 10.
Shout out to the production director, Joe Johns, at WLEN Radio here in town. Carrying our feed here, almost 2 decades of Adrian College football on commercial radio, and he had to scramble last minute to produce all the audio. Thanks for your patience, Joe. Check down pass to Joe Cleary, who is hit hard by the defender for the Princes. My goodness. Joe Cleary has been electric early and takes a big shot right there.
Michael Warden on that big hit, the defensive back listed at 6 foot 180. He's a senior from Ohio. He went to Wayne High School. Big time hit on that pass from Werzer to Cleary. Went back a yard.
Third and 11, ball on the 40.
If you want to teach someone how to tackle, you watch that right there.
That was a form tackle. That's new age tackling combined with old school tackling. It was a big hit, but it was still a gator roll. Jack Werzer on third and long. Gone! Oh, no! Had a receiver wide open on the fly, and he dropped it down on the 20-yard line of the Princes. Ball would have gone through the air from their own 40 to the 20 and been a touchdown.
Oh, I shouldn't have said something. He beat the safety, beat the linebackers. Wide open, just couldn't make the catch on the run. I'm telling you what, Werzer looks good throwing the football. These are a couple feet off. A couple sideline routes that just weren't quite there, but they weren't big misses. He's pretty close on all of these, and that one was right on the money. Just could not connect.
Snap is good. Hold is good. This one is up and away. Fielded back on the 25-yard line of Heidelberg. Matthews has a lot of space, has a seam. He's going left, right on your radio dials, trying to slip away from that last Bulldog, and he would have gone a long way if he had got away. Tackled down on the 40-yard line, and that's where they'll start this next drive. First and 10, they'll move left to right with 1:40 left in the first half. Ian, the score, 44-7 in favor of the Princes.
Yeah, that was a big-time hit on that play, and a flag did come out toward the end of it, right where the tackle was made. Not sure what that call is. Nothing very obvious. Maybe some sort of helmet contact on the play. We'll see. Well, they pick up a blindside block. Coach Deere looking for a targeting call. Not going to get it as a Bulldog came off little dazed on that play, got hit from the blind side. The Student Princes penalized appropriately for that, and they'll push the ball back inside the 30, just about the 24-yard line to start this drive.
Gebhardt rolling this way, close side of the field. Pass is caught down on the 40. Receiver had a lot of space to work with right there, got wide open. It's a first and 10 for Heidelberg.
Pretty complicated routes executed over on the right side for the offense. There was a deep route that was covered by a couple of people that drew the linebacker back, left that open for the Student Prince's receiver.
Gebhardt rolling left, check down pass complete. Second and medium, and a big shot delivered by the Bulldog defender. You can hear the crowd getting into that one.
Yeah, that's a dangerous throw to make. Not the pass in itself, but where he put the ball. He put it up so the receiver had to jump up and make a play. That leaves you vulnerable to big-time hits like that. And the Bulldog defense able to take advantage. That sounds like a whistle and a timeout for Heidelberg.
Well, as they take a timeout, we will as well here on the Adrian College Sports Network. We're going to take a 30-second break and be right back with more.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, Gurgen Insurance Group. Gurgen offers many services and products to fulfill the goals of their clients. Honesty, integrity, confidentiality, and service are the cornerstones of Gurgen Insurance Group. Their missions is to positively impact the communities they serve by providing insurance and products through well-trained professional representatives. A huge thanks to Gurgen Insurance for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics.
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network, live from the campus of Adrian College. 72 seconds remain here in the first half of action. Quarter two, it's a 44-7 lead for the Student Princes of Heidelberg.
Yeah, they started this game fast and strong, and they've continued it through this first half. They'll get their offense back on the field following a timeout. This is a second down and 5 yards to go. They're approaching midfield. Flag on the play. Looks to be a false start. That'll back up the Student Princes on that play. The hard count from the quarterback. A little too much to handle there. They used that hard count to try to see the Bulldog coverage. Didn't work out in their favor.
Gonna try it again. Gebhardt rolling left, climbing the ladder. Pass caught. 1st and 10. Now Moore across the 40-yard line of Adrian. That's where he'll be stopped up in enemy territory. 62 seconds left in the first half as Heidelberg moves the ball deep downfield.
Not sure what it is, if it's play design, if it's just matching up the right plays or what, but there are quite a few wide open Student Princes receivers we've seen in this first half. I'm sure the coaching staff for Adrian will make some coverage adjustments to stop this passing attack.
1st and 10. Gebhardt, a little bit of trouble. Here's a bomb close side. Oh my goodness, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. He was triple covered, and the big hit delivered to Dimitri Penick right there. The junior just couldn't hang on.
We're going to call that a wide receiver sandwich. He went up to make the catch. The safety was right behind him, and the linebacker pursuing from the middle of the field met him right when the ball got there. That's excellent timing for Adrian to get that ball jarred free and bring up this 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10, 53 seconds left in the first half of action. Gebhardt has 4 wide. It's trips right. He wants to throw, looking downfield, pressure coming, going to turn, do a full circle, headed to the far sideline, trying to juke out the Bulldog, and he is sacked for a loss. 3rd and long.
Been waiting for that for a while. Bulldogs have made their way into the Student Prince's backfield on multiple occasions, just unable to wrap him up. What they do on that play, that was Leonard Cohen making some big plays for the Bulldog defense. See this 3rd down play?
And Gebhardt wants to throw downfield, has a man incomplete. The Bulldog defensive back diving last second. Receiver couldn't get under it.
Boy, he had him, and there are a couple of flags in the backfield. Could be in the area of holding or roughing the passer. We'll see the call. Looks to be holding. That's the indication. Not sure what ball club. If it's against Heidelberg, you'd expect Coach Deere to decline this one, as it would be a 4th down.
18 seconds left in the first half of action.
There's a holding on Heidelberg. They say they will accept the penalty.
I think they said declined.
Yeah, decline the penalty makes it 4th down and 16. Could have sworn I heard accepted, but then a correction.
That was confusing. Yeah, sometimes words are hard. If anybody knows that, it's you and I.
You don't say. They can't be wrong words if they're not words at all.
4th and 16 for Heidelberg. They're going to punt it. Snap is good. Bulldog defenders won't get back there. Just seconds remaining in the first half, and they could not stop that one outside of the end zone. So 10 seconds showing on the clock. Looks like they are going to get a chance to run a couple plays. You think they're going to try and do something here, Ian?
I think they'll try to take a knee and go to the locker room and try to get things squared away. Try to chip away at this deficit, but don't look at the scoreboard. Look at improvements you can make on the field. So I expect just to kneel down here and go to the locker room, but you never know.
Those of you with WLEN-FM, we're moments away from joining Laura Rakowski back in the studio for a halftime update. Ian and I will be back in about 10 minutes. Here on ACTV and WVAC, you'll be joining Zoe and Megan for a halftime show. Hope you enjoy that. First and 10, Wurzer back in the gun. Here's the give to Randall. Looks like they're just going to let the clock run out. 5 seconds showing, and yes, Adrian will head to the locker room after one half of action here on Adrian College TV. It was a high-flying, high-paced way to start the season, and they had a lot of trouble here, Ian. 44-7 is the tally after one half of action. We're going to take a break and be right back in 60 seconds as we get underway with our halftime programming here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
This is the Adrian College Sports Network. Thank you for tuning in for Adrian College football on WVAC-FM and ACTV. A huge thanks from all of us here at Adrian College to our sponsors for making today's broadcast possible. Today's halftime show sponsors include Gurgen Insurance, located at 311 North Winter; Carlton Lodge, located at 1629 West Maumee Street; CR Motors of Hudson, located at 518 South Meridian Road; the Adrian College Bookstore, located at 110 South Madison Street; On the Spot Glass, located at 2393 Forest Hills Drive; and Lenawee Recreation and ZZ's, located at 520 College Avenue. Our sponsors make it possible for us to bring you Adrian College football. Thank you to all of our sponsors for supporting Bulldog Athletics. Be sure to subscribe to Adrian College TV on YouTube.
Welcome back here for our halftime show on WVAC and ACTV here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Joining me now here in the booth, we've got Zoe and Megan, both Adrian College television employees at the production house, and they are here for the inaugural Adrian College Sports Network broadcast. Whoa. This is a lot, isn't it?
A little
It's
bit.
a lot.
You
First
think we're
game.
getting it done?
I think we are. Everything's going super well. Everyone's very, very comfortable, it seems like.
This guy's a rock star right here. Ryan Cuddy is coming into the booth. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my headset off and leave it with you four. So sorry, audience, if things go haywire. I don't know what they're going to talk about. I'm going to turn them loose and let them go. You guys want to talk about the game? That's cool. I want to hear what you guys are talking about on campus these days, though, as long as you keep it Steve Sheehan appropriate, because he's listening back there, and you know he'll show up if you make any mistakes.
Always. Even if he's at home, I hear rumors that he listens to it all the time. So.
I've heard as much as well. Well, why don't you guys introduce yourselves to the audience and get underway with our halftime show, and Ian and I will be back in just a moment with more Bulldog football here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Sounds great.
good.
So I'm Megan Abbey. I'm a production manager on the ACTV team. I've been here for about a year. I enjoyed a lot. I worked at JTV over the summer, have a lot of experience in it, and I love kind of guiding the newbies along their way.
That's me. I'm one of the newbies. My name is Zoe Deslip, and I'm new here at ACTV. Megan's doing a great job helping us, running around, teaching us, as this is our first football game of the season, which is pretty exciting. Not doing as well as we should be right now, but it's okay. It's okay. Halftime, switch it up.
I'm Ryan Cuddy. I'm also one of the newbies here. I'm a freshman here at Adrian College. Obviously, this is my first year at ACTV. It's just been fun to be able for the first game to be able to work with the whole staff and just kind of see how everything's run around here. It's been a rough start, but it's still gonna have to go.
Definitely. I've heard rumors that we're going to bring it back. That's usually what we do. So I've got my fingers crossed personally that they're going to come out and they're going to bring it back and do what Bulldogs do.
Oh yeah, I still believe they got a whole half left to play. They're still gonna fight.
If someone got this far in one half, we can bring it back just as well, I think.
Exactly.
We got a lot of new faces on the team. So
Oh, definitely. I've heard of a lot of
there's so many more people than last year. The sideline is completely filled up with players. It's great to see that we have this many students here that are dedicated, especially Adrian being such an athletic-oriented school, to see everyone kind of coming together. And so many sports teams are out here watching it right now, just supporting it as it's our first big game of the season.
Oh, yeah, I was standing on the sideline during that whole first half, and just the amount of energy that the whole crowd brought, I thought
it's really amazing. I was here last year, and I don't remember having like a student section. We don't really have a student section this year still, but there's so many more people this year. I was surrounded by like rows of people last year, and I didn't really see anyone. But this year it's super amazing to see the community come together along with the students and just celebrate Bulldog football.
Oh, yeah, the crowd really showed out for the first game today, that's for sure.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful day for football.
Kind of got my fingers crossed that it doesn't rain. The radar says that it's mostly sunny in Adrian, but we've got a big dark cloud passing us right now.
Yeah, it started to become a little overcast, and probably about in the start of the second quarter I saw the clouds kind of creeping in.
All right, guys, so what have you been doing at today's game, personally?
I've been just on the sidelines, and I've been kind of taking shots here and there, trying to just see, find like some good plays for Adrian, pretty much.
Getting the close action on the turf.
Exactly, close-up action.
Yeah, well, I'm up here in the press box. I'm up here and working on the camera angles and listen to the audio and everything.
You've been running the Twitter too also, right?
Yeah, a little bit with me and Gabe.
I personally don't know much about football, so I tried to run it for a few minutes, but it didn't work out very well.
I know, Gabe's kind of taking over because I'm in a big learning process right now.
I know my way around a camera. I know my way around the live stream and everything that we're doing here. The football rules, plays, not really my thing, which is surprising because I cheered for 4 years in high school. You'd think I knew football by now. We've got our Adrian College band here right now. They also do pep band at all of our hockey games and basketball games. I know that. I think they're pretty great. I don't know.
It seems fine so far. They're off to a good start.
Our next big game, the homecoming weekend, coming earlier this year. Last year was about first weekend in October, I believe. So this year we got it coming up in about 2 weeks.
September 21st, actually.
So that's always really exciting day for the Bulldogs.
Which
Everybody's out.
It's also our next home game.
It is.
Come back. I think it's at 3 p.m., I want to say.
3 or 4
no
p.m.
promises. I think it's at 3.
Something like that, yeah.
But tune in. We'll be here doing all of our same things. Hopefully we've got a surprise up our sleeve for you guys.
Sure, a big crowd's going to show out for homecoming too. Even bigger than the one we got so far.
Oh, yeah. The stands will be very full with family and friends, and a lot of alum come back too, so that's awesome.
Today we already have people that aren't even completely up in the stands. We've got people up here at the standing out by the press boxes, getting the up top view over everything. The stands are completely filled. There's people up top. People are wandering around. People are absolutely everywhere today.
It's been a busy day on campus, just walking. There were a ton of just kind of alumni and parents walking
tailgating.
around. Yeah, tailgating.
Oh, yeah.
They were walking around campus too, I saw.
A lot of school pride today. A lot of school pride.
Exactly,
Definitely.
yeah, for
it's a
sure.
great day to be a Bulldog.
It is a great day to be a Bulldog.
But for homecoming, you'll see so much more tailgating. Ryan, you don't know because you're a freshman.
Freshman, newcomer.
They do so much for homecoming. They have all these different activities. Last
all
year,
day
they
long.
actually
It's all day.
all day long. They've got a parade. Last year, they actually had people. Did they skydive onto the field to open up the game? Or parasail down? Or?
Oh man, yeah. What was that? It was something big.
I want to say it might have been a parasail. I think it was a parasail down.
Coming in with the
someone
with the ball
had
for
the
kickoff.
American flag and someone had the Adrian College flag. So that was really great to see. And they were both actually Adrian alumni that came down to open up our homecoming football game last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so who knows what's going to happen this year.
Yeah,
so many exciting games. There's the parade. You'll have to go to Adrian College. I think it's the alumni page online. They have all of the activities of the day already lined out. So many great resources that we have here and so many great things to bring the community together that I personally love.
We got a lot of students in the student section.
I've been down by the band. I've been on the turf today. They've got their cheers going on, which I think
The band's
hear
been
it,
very
Ryan?
active. Yeah, I was hearing it just walking up and down the sideline. They've been active.
They're very
throughout.
loud. They've got their megaphones down there. Well, not right now because they're doing their show, of course. But they're doing their cheers. They cheer on the teams. They have their fun with it. They have their own little band student section. They make all the jokes that they can. It's really great to see that even though they're not a sport, that they're such a family, and it's great to see.
Very involved with the Adrian football team as well.
Do either of you do athletics here?
I play tennis.
Gotcha.
I used to bowl last year, but this year I'm not going to be on the bowling team. But
Gotcha. I'm actually on the acrobatics and tumbling team. A lot of people
really?
don't know what it is. Ryan, do you know what it is?
Acrobatics and tumbling. I mean, I feel like I have a general idea, but when it came down to like the specifics of the sport, I would be clueless.
Gotcha. It's actually the one school in Michigan, colleges, high schools, everything. Adrian is the only school in Michigan that has an acrobatics and tumbling team.
Really?
Yep. So a lot of people don't know what it is. That's why I asked. But yeah, last year we competed and there were only 27 teams in the nation.
Wow.
I see we've got some drone footage that might be coming to you in a bit or in a video later on.
Oh, yeah.
Someone's flying the drone above the field right now.
I think I saw Gabe take it out of there.
Out of the other press box
Out of the
that we
other press
have.
box, yeah.
One new thing this year, we are partnering with the radio, which is why you hear us right now. We actually have students on air, which is something that we've never done before, and this is only my second year here, but it's great to be doing this. And so this year we actually have 2 press boxes. Last year we only had 1, and we crammed all of our video. We had 1 camera in the press box, and this year we actually have that up top, and we've added 3 other cameras along with that one.
Oh, wow.
So we went from a 1-camera stream last year to 4.
every year, bigger and
Yeah,
better.
every year, I know, just making more and more improvements.
So we're improving so much, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Oh,
and
today's just overall whole day preparing and then kind of throughout the game and up to now, it's just been a blast.
We got the sun setting.
I know, the
It's
sun's
bright, but
setting
it's very
right now.
nice.
It's absolutely beautiful. Maybe it'll encourage the guys a little bit. They'll bring it back up on the field, and they'll be ready to bring back with a better attitude. And
yeah, I can only
bring it
imagine
home.
what Coach is talking to them about right now. You know, trying to get their head back in the game.
37-point deficit. It's going to be tough, but, I mean, got a whole half to play.
We do have a whole lot to play. I think we can do it, though. I think we've done it before, and we can do it again with this team that we have this year. And our seniors leading the way. I've got to talk with them a little bit, and they're really excited to bring it home this year and keep going, and they're very excited about the game.
Oh, I know one thing about them. They're not going to quit. I was down on the sidelines, even down later in the second quarter. They were bringing the energy constantly.
They are. They're always encouraging each other and always patting each other's backs. And all right, I think we're ready to bring it back and ready to continue with some more stuff. We'll be back in about 9 minutes to bring back some more Adrian College football for you guys.
Wherever I go next, if I stay in Toledo, whatever, all I can tell you is I really love what I do right now. Every day is different. You go tell everybody else's story, and that's my favorite part about it.
I would say that's my favorite part too. Every day is different. You never know what's going to come. That's the exciting part of it.
Do and learn as much as you can while you can, because the more you
All right, and we are back. It's halftime here at Adrian College. The score here is Heidelberg University 44, Adrian College with 7 points. Ian Wendt here in the studio. Gabriel Schrei joining me shortly. A few minutes remain. We'll go through the scoring plays first. For Heidelberg University, Jimmy Gerhard pass to Kivion Belcher for 13 yards. For the touchdown, that was 6-0. The extra point was good. Next, a mishandled snap on the punt for Adrian College ended up in the end zone for a safety. Heidelberg led it 9-0. A touchdown followed that, and was all Heidelberg from there. The lone Bulldog score was a Jack Werzer pass to Henry Wilson. That was 68 yards. That went for a touchdown at 11:51 in that second quarter. At that point, it was 30-6. Cooper West tacked on the extra point to make it 30-7, and then the ensuing kickoff was taken right back by Heidelberg to make it 37-7. Tack on another touchdown towards the end of the first half, and that's where we have our score, 44-7. First downs, Adrian College with 6, Heidelberg with 20. Passing yards, Heidelberg threw it 26 times, that's rushes, 26 rushes for 80 yards. Adrian College, 12 rushes for -12. That does include quarterback sacks. Passing yards, 258 for Heidelberg. For Adrian College is 139, and again, 68 of those on that touchdown pass. Werzer was 9 for 18 with 2 interceptions on the day with that 1 touchdown. Passing plays for Heidelberg, they were 20 of 27 for that 258 yards. Looking at punts, Adrian had 5 for an average of 28. Heidelberg with 3, an average of 37. Adrian did not lose a fumble. Heidelberg fumbled once, but got it back. Looking at penalties, 5 aside. 5 for Heidelberg, giving them 45 penalty yards. 5 for Adrian for 13. Time of possession dominated by the Student Princes. 19 minutes and 54 seconds to Adrian's 10 minutes and 6 seconds. The Bulldogs were blanked on third down. They were 0 for 6 and 1 of 2 on fourth down. Heidelberg not too much better on third down. That's something they could look to improve here in the second half, but they were 3 of 8. That's for 37.5%. They were also 1 of 2 on fourth down. Red zone efficiency, Adrian College was 0 for 1. Heidelberg was 3 for 7. Looking at some in-depth stats, we're going to look at rushing for Adrian College. Werzer, 3 attempts for 10 yards, along of 9 for Colton Randall, 9 carries for him, 13 yards. Jerome Neal with 1 carry for -2 for Adrian College. Leading the way receiving is Henry Wilson. He had that 1 catch for 68 yards and that touchdown. Following him with 26 receiving yards was Jalen Parker on 1 catch. Couple of guys with 18 yards total. Joe Cleary got 18 yards on 4 receptions. 2 receptions for Clarence Madison. He's been really shut down tonight. 2 catches for 18 yards. And Danny White with 1 catch for 9 yards for Adrian College. Switching the script here, receiving for Heidelberg University, Kevion Belcher with 7 catches, 73 yards, 3 touchdowns. Nick Koffer with 1 catch for 6 yards. Dimitri Pennick, 4 catches for 35 yards. He does have a touchdown reception. Maseo Matthews, 5 catches, 76 yards, and a touchdown. Brandon Reed attacking on 3 catches of his own, good for 68 yards. Extra points, 6 for 6 for Brandon Steckel, and for Adrian College, Cooper West converted his only attempt at an extra point. Punting, Austin Benke, 4 punts, 144 yards, averaging 36. He had a long of 46. So when he's able to get some blocking in front of him, have time to set his feet, he can get off a good punt. We saw that last year, and he's showcasing that here today. For Heidelberg University punting, Parker Smith had 3 punts for 112 yards. He averaged 37 1/3 yards. His long was 45. Looking at kickoff returns, Adrian had a few. Jimmy Clark with 3 of those, averaging 23.6 yards per return. He had a long of 43. Joe Cleary with 1 officially for 12 yards. For the Student Princes, Montevious Yerby with 1 for 87 yards. He took that to the house for a touchdown. Maseo Matthews with 1 for 9 yards. Looking at some defensive stats for tackling for Heidelberg, Patrick McCarthy with 4 total tackles. Dylan Martyr with 1 sack for -5 yards. A few tackles for losses for Heidelberg as well. Leading the way on defense for Adrian College by far, it's number 43, Stephen Moses. 4 solo tackles, 8 total, with those 4 assisted tackles for him. So he was a young man last year, played a lot, definitely grew in the offseason. We're seeing that on the defensive display for Adrian College. Also filling up the stat sheet, Stephen Mosley with 5 solo tackles, 2 assisted, gives him 7 total. He did have 1 for a loss. Also up there for tackles with 6 was Brandon Kowakowski. Again, he had 6. Lorenzo Hazel with 5. And with 4 were Deontay Tatum. Spent some time in the backfield getting some good pressure, but just unable to make things happen for Adrian College there. So we said we'd talk about some national college football going on.
Absolutely. We got to get into it.
Got to get into it. Close game in Ann Arbor.
Holy cow.
Army travels to Michigan, taking on number 7 U of M. What was the halftime score? Was it halftime 14-7 Army? Or was it 7?
Halftime 14-7 to Army. $1.5 million is the amount of money paid by U of M to Army in exchange for that contest being played. That's unbelievable.
Right?
Michigan State plays Western Michigan tonight, right? Like right now?
Pretty soon. 7:30, I think, was kickoff.
Okay.
Or is kickoff. Was. So Sparty's taking on the Broncos over there in East Lansing. I believe they're favored by a couple of touchdowns, but Michigan was favored by about 3. So we'll see how that goes. Tough non-conference schedule for sure. Army, no joke of a football team. They took Oklahoma to the wire last season, but they dropped that one in overtime as well. So any other big news besides Antonio Brown signing with the Patriots?
The NFL is crazy this year. We don't really have time to get into any of that. I do want to talk about D3 football, just a couple of things, some housekeeping. Trine won. Great win for them. They're 1-0 to start the season. They have not lost a regular season game since 2016. Albion is up right now 21-0. Hope is winning right now, I believe, or have already won. Don't have that score in front of me. Kalamazoo is up 3-0 over Oberlin College. So those are just a couple of the scores. Ian, we have to break for 30 seconds and get our station ID, and we'll be right back here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, the Carlton Lodge of Adrian. The Carlton Lodge offers a comfortable and convenient lodging experience. Carlton has spacious rooms and suites, fit for a peaceful night's sleep. Their amenities include a hot tub and pool, a 24-hour fitness center, a business center, and much more. A huge thanks to Adrian College's choice of lodging for sponsoring Bulldog Athletics.
We pause now momentarily for station identification.
You're tuned into 107.9 FM, WVAC Radio and Adrian College Television.
We're back here on the Adrian College Sports Network, WLEN, joining up with us momentarily, so don't be surprised when I welcome you back a second time in a row so that our listeners are not confused on another radio station. 15 minutes is on the board here at Docking Family Stadium. Well, Zoe is in here running our camera switching for us. Hunter is up here running all of our spots and everything you're seeing that's graphical. Zoe, if she's going to be in here with a booth of this, you might as well have a headset, right?
Yeah, that's right.
What do you think so far? You having fun?
Oh, I'm having a blast. Learning a lot.
We're back now on WLEN FM as well. Zoe DeSlip joining Ian Went and I here in the booth on the Adrian College Sports Network. We are live on WVAC FM. Steve Sheehan back running the board here on the campus of Adrian College. We're live online on Adrian College TV, on YouTube, and on Lenawee County's winning, long-standing commercial radio station and our partner for 2 decades, WLEN FM. The return by the Bulldogs, a little nice one there, gets about 10 yards after a hopping, bouncing ball, goes into the hands of their man. It's 1st and 10 just over their own 40-yard line.
You have to have the mentality here, down 44-7 to start the second half. You think, gosh, we can't score that many points, but the other team did. So it's physically possible.
We know it's
possible. We just got to make the plays to make it happen. We're going to see this offense really unhinge, get things going here to start this third quarter.
I want to talk about the band, but right now it's 1st and 10 as the Bulldogs are driving right to left on your radio dial from right around their own 40-yard line. They need to go 60 yards for a score here. Handoff up the gut, lots of space for the running back. 1st and 10 as he crosses the midfield stripe.
Looked like Colton Randall on the carry. They shifted a couple of tight ends to the left side prior to the snap, brought the defense that way, and then ran the ball back the other way. Nice hold by that offensive line. And I anticipate tempo and speed to be a couple of key words for this Bulldog offense.
Werzer fakes the give. Pass close, side incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 48 of the Princes.
Yeah, that went right through Wilson's hands. Kind of awkwardly placed football up by the shoulder pads for the young man, Wilson, who does have the only Bulldog touchdown, the 6-foot junior out of Grosse Pointe. Just unable to pull down that tricky pass. Wouldn't have been for big yardage, but would have helped Wurzer's completion percentage, that's for sure.
It's a beautiful day for football out here.
Yeah, if I were using my Instagram, I would post an Instagram photo.
Oh, I should do that. That's a good idea.
Can you send me a photo to post?
Handoff close side. Here comes the ball carrier. It's Colton Randall. Lots of space and finally tackled down as he just about reaches the 30-yard line of the Princes. 1st and 10, Adrian Bulldogs. They're driving to start the second half.
The senior making a couple of nice plays on the opening third quarter drive as some clouds start to move in here to Lenawee County's county seat, Adrian, Michigan, nestled in the heart of southeast Michigan.
It's a great community. So Eric Strasshofer was the director of this band 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
Drum major.
He was the drum major.
Yes.
He loved the drone footage. You can see it on our Twitter and Instagram at Adrian College TV.
Wow, what a catch.
Pass close side. Who else? It's the new man. It's the big man standing 6'2". What a ball. What a snag.
Wow, Wilson, what a catch right at the sideline. Another ball up towards his shoulder, able to pin it between his hand and his shoulder pads. Big-time catch for 8 yards. Bulldog offense looking great the first 60 seconds of this third quarter.
44-7 for anyone just joining us. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Ian Wendt here with me. Half a decade we've been on air bringing you Bulldog football. Boy, do we love our alma mater. Thanks for tuning into the Adrian College Sports Network. Here comes the ball carrier, the running back, nearly free, crosses the 10. 1st and goal, Adrian Bulldogs.
Instead of trying to run inside, they take the party to the outside. A big hole opened up between that slot receiver and the tight end on that side. Colton Randall running with a purpose here in the second half. Expect him to get the ball at least a couple more times in the red zone.
1st and goal from the 7. Again, the handoff to the ball carrier. This time he's going to be stopped up right near the line of scrimmage. 13 minutes left in the third quarter.
Randall looks to be playing really loose football here, really jumping around. You saw that on that play, almost got tackled in the backfield. Did a little jump cut to the left and right. You like to see that as coaches playing within the system but really showcasing your ability. We saw that on that play, even though it didn't net too many yards.
Wurzer takes the snap, fakes the give, check down pass close side, nothing doing. Wide receiver had the defensive back draped all over him right there.
Yeah, Wilson looks to be the target here for Adrian College here in this third quarter. That pass, a little errant from Wurzer. Haven't seen that too many of those passes here tonight, but that one off target, leaving them with a 3rd and 7. I would assume this is 4-down territory, being down 44-7 here in this third quarter.
Per WLEN's Laura Rutkowski, an upset. Colorado has defeated Nebraska 34-31 in overtime. Thank you, Laura. Wurzer commanding his offense here, just a sophomore, and he has been electric his entire time as a Bulldog. Here's a pass ladled to the back of the end zone, and a flag. Looks like this one is going against Heidelberg because that defensive back was very upset.
Draped all over the Bulldog receiver, not going to get away with that, even at the Division III level. Assuming this is against Heidelberg, that was a good-looking throw by Wurzer. He felt some pressure almost immediately, and if this is pass interference, it's going to set the Bulldogs up inside the 5 with the 1st and goal. Officials talking about it.
Beautiful, beautiful day for Bulldog football. It's a great day for the first game of the year. Cool weather. It's been super enjoyable. It's comfortable. The guys look like they're having fun. I'm having fun. And Ian, we got the call there.
That's for sure. It was a defensive penalty against Heidelberg that moves the Bulldogs inside the 5. It's a 1st and goal. Colton Randall, a big part of this drive. I expect him to get a couple more touches here to try to get him his reward, his 6 points, his pay dirt, if you will. They're driving here inside the 5.
1st and goal. This time the give is not going to go so well for the Bulldogs. 3 Princes in the backfield.
Yeah, with a team that's bigger than you up front, which Heidelberg clearly is, outmatching Adrian College in terms of height and weight up front. it's going to be tough to run the football when you bring your formation really tight to the football. They were successful early in that drive, spreading things out, running Randall off tackle, and I think we might be seeing some sort of version of that right here. But don't sleep on Cleary here in the red zone.
No. Trips left for Adrian and the Bulldogs. Werzer, check down pass incomplete, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. Now, Ian, we've got about 30 social media feeds we need to plug at some point. So let's start with you and WLEN right now. Where can we find you and LEN on Twitter and Instagram, real quick?
Oh, put me on the spot. I believe it's WLEN Radio 103.9 FM on Twitter.
You got that. Yep.
I don't use their Instagram.
But if you search WLEN Radio,
I bet if you
find
search WLEN Radio, you'd find our Instagram right there.
And you're IH Went on Twitter.
Yep, at IHWENDT, silent D in there.
Trips left for Adrian. Jack Werzer. Pressure coming. Here's one ladled to the back of the end zone. One-handed. Unbelievable. I think they're going to say he was out of play. Yes, he was just out of play.
Wow.
His toes came down on the pylon. I mean, that was inches from being an incredible Bulldog score.
Yeah, if there were replay in Division III football, you'd bet the coaching staff would be up here looking at that. What a Herculean effort in that left corner of the end zone. Werzer threw a fade just a couple yards off, and I believe the Bulldogs are going to send their kicking unit out and give Cooper West a shot here from about 29 or 30 yards away. 25.
Fourth down from the 8. Snap is good. Hold is good. Blocked. Heidelberg gets a hand on it. No good. They'll get the football back, Ian.
Well, that's a tough way to start this third quarter. Get the drive rolling. Everything's looking great, and then it just stalls inside the 5. A couple of run plays don't go their way, and then the pass is just not quite syncing up between Werzer and his receivers. Think you'll get away with 3 points. You don't. The defense has a tall task now. They're going to have to create turnovers, and you create turnovers by being in the right spot at the right time. I'm sure the coaching staff preaches that for this Bulldog club. This is their first time we're seeing them in the second half. Definitely had a lot of adjustments to make, a lot of Student Prince receivers wide open, especially in that second quarter. Look for some changes defensively, if not personnel, in scheme.
A lot of great camera work here tonight. Pretty proud of that. And a little bit of great radio work from Ian. Here's a pass close side. Caught by Heidelberg's wide receiver. He had a lot of space. Gets down the sideline. That is way more than a 1st and 10 here in Docking Stadium. Belcher, the senior from Columbus, gets him across the midfield stripe as they drive left to right on your radio dial. Anyone just joining us, 44-7 right now, Ian. 11:40 left in the third quarter. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Ian Wentz here with me.
Boy, score can't put us down. It's opening day, opening night here in Adrian. Great football atmosphere.
Tackled down right away, gain of about a yard for the Princes. Again, the ball right around the 45 of Adrian. They're threatening to score.
And that first play of that drive just ran a corner route. Receiver got to the outside of the safety, and the pass was right there, an easy completion.
And Gebhardt throws one left side, caught. 1st and 10 again, this time down to the 35. They are relaying their way down the field with some beautiful passing work.
Yeah, big-time aerial assault. We saw running a lot in the early going, things really working out with the running backs, but now it's really been the quarterbacks and receivers' turn.
Ball carrier tumblers forward, a gain of 7 right there. It's 2nd and 3.
As I say that, they're running the football.
You.
I know.
They heard you, and they're running the hurry up. Gebhardt, handoff again, tailback. Wow. Slithering his way up in there, a gain of about 5. Unbelievable. Gets down to the edge of the red zone. Student Prince's 1st and 10 now. Ian, I'd like to work Zoe in on air more, but we're just going so fast with the hurry up.
We'll get our breaks.
We got a headset for Zoe now. She's here in the booth with us. What do you think?
It's a lot.
There's a lot going on,
yeah.
Isn't there?
Just trying to keep up with
Welcome to broadcasting. And here's the give outside to the tailback. Brendan fighting his way forward and tackled down. Just about good for yet another 1st and 10. They'll be just a couple of yards shy, and it's 2nd down now for Heidelberg.
driving this ball toward the Adrian College Bulldog marching band. Tell you what, in my days in the band, I was a pain down there for opposing offenses. When they got down there, you could hear me yelling from the press box up here.
I could hear you up here. I can still hear those. I hear those in my nightmares, those shouts. Short again, the tailback from Millbury, Ohio, getting dialed up right there, 1st and 10. Okay, so we've plugged following WLEN on Twitter, Instagram. Follow Ian on Twitter. You can find me at Schryguy, SCHRAYGUY. That's good for Twitter and Instagram. Hit me up. Here's Short. Cut sideways. That was an interesting carry. He went to the far side of the field, then turned upfield and was tripped up, stumbling as he fell down sideways. 2nd down now for Heidelberg.
Pretty pedestrian run there on 1st down. That's not too many negative plays for this Heidelberg offense. Very few have been net 0 yards.
Gephardt, a little fake, rolling, pressure coming, lets one go, and he's just going to throw this away. Great play right there. There are 3 flags down. Laundry City, it looks like Anchorage, Alaska.
Looking at the back, Judge, it looks to be a lineman downfield on that call. Not sure if their quarterback was going to take off and run with it, so they'd have to go down and block. Instead, he decided to throw the football, and that could cost Heidelberg yardage here. Coach Steer declining that penalty.
A little bit of a delay here in play, a little bit of a delay in action. As the officials get things sorted out down on the field, we're back underway now here on 3rd and goal from the 9. Pass right side, caught. Unbelievable individual effort by Matthews. He has been electric here today.
Yeah, he's played a bunch of different spots here for this Student Prince's team. Wide receiver, some special teams looks as well. He's been all over the stat sheet, but a nice catch on that play. Good coverage, not letting him get in the end zone, setting up this 4th and goal.
4th and goal for Heidelberg. Here we go. Reaching for the end zone. The tailback fighting his way forward, and they'll say he was stopped just shy of the end zone. Turnover on downs. Adrian College gets the football back.
That has to be a message to your football club. It's the 3rd quarter. It's 44-7, 8:41 to go in the quarter, and your offense is going for it on a 4th down and 1. Up several scores. That has to be a message to this Bulldog team on the sideline, like, look, these guys aren't laying down. They're not going to take the easy way. They're trying to put big-time points up on you.
We know Jim Deere. I've seen Jim Deere use his timeouts driving down the field to chip off a field goal just so Adrian didn't get shut out. I mean, Jim Deere does not play around. I know he's fired up right now, and I know he's doing what's right. He's got to be so much fun to play for. Werzer is in the shadow of his own goalpost running the quarterback dive, and boy, did they get some yardage right there. That young offensive line, 3 sophomores, 2 freshmen getting a big shove up front, and they get out to the 5-yard line. Ian, this offense is back on the field. This is the 5th year. Harry Bailey got here when you and I got here. 5th year of Harry Bailey. In that time, they've had 4 1,000-yard seasons of rushing the football and 4 1,000-yard receiving seasons. They've broken school records in every single category on offense. Game, season, career. Unbelievable. If you're a young receiver or tailback or even offensive lineman, why would you not want to come here and be part of this?
That's a fun offense, and I think we'll see more of that when conference play gets going.
Oh, my goodness, yes. This is a tough team, a tough out-of-conference game, and it's a great way to start the year for Adrian because they're setting the bar high, and it's going to make some of these conference games seem a little less intense is how I'm going to describe it. They'll seem a little more simple, if you will.
I mean, it's a big job here taking on a Heidelberg University school, coming here to Adrian, taking on the Bulldogs, and that is a tall task. It's no little job here. You got to take care of business when you can. Bulldogs have to send a message to the rest of the conference here in the second half to say, well, they were down big at half, but they came back in the second half.
Here comes Jack Werzer. Throwing a little ladle pass right side, caught, and the big man fights forward. 1st and 10, Adrian, now on their own 15-yard line. And I agree with you, Ian. You really have to look forward and carry through strong on these big jobs.
That's for sure. It's a big task. They started that drive at their own 1-yard line. Getting a first down is huge. You can kind of loosen up your necktie a little bit as an offense. Try to open things up now. I'd like to see Werzer kind of move around left to right, rolling out to take advantage of his athleticism. We've seen him run just a couple of times here tonight.
1st and 10, Werzer fakes the give. There's the RPO, and the receiver tackled down in the backfield. But that's exactly what I was talking about moments ago when I said if you're a young receiver or tailback or offensive lineman, you want to come here because on offense, if you're capable of receiving the football, there's a chance you can get it. It's going to come your way on every single play. They run a ton of RPO, a ton of fun things like that. They like to spread the ball out. We've seen it. We've seen them have electric talent and absolutely insist on still spreading the ball out.
And if there's a superstar in the club as a secondary receiver, running back, you know you're going to get single coverage.
Yeah.
You know you're not going to get help, and you can make plays that way.
Churning, battling, tumbling forward. A nice gain for Adrian there. That's impressive.
Yeah, I'm really liking the running from Colton Randall, and I know this offensive staff does, and the offensive line likes blocking for this guy. Played behind some pretty talented running backs in his career here at Adrian, but really taking advantage of the opportunity. He's really showcased himself in the second half.
3rd down now for Adrian. 4 wide. Jack Werzer back in the gun. Pressure coming. Going to roll. Runs a half circle. Wow, just lets a beam go downfield. Nearly intercepted by Heidelberg. That DB tipped it up to himself and couldn't get a hold of it. Ian, we've talked about why an offensive player should want to come here. But overall, Zoe, you're going to know this better than we will because we're alum. I mean, we're not old or anything. We're pretty old.
We're getting there.
40?
Yeah,
I'm
40-ish.
25. We're old-ish, right? We're older. We're recent alums, so I think we do speak well to what it means to go to Adrian College. But you're here now, and I'm sure if you're like me, you're having a blast, right? You love it here.
There's a lot of school pride.
What are some of your favorite things about Adrian?
My favorite things? The first thing that comes to mind is a small community. You know, everybody wants to support each other, all the teams, all free entry. Yeah, this is I don't know, there's so much. It's a big family. It's a big family in a small school, small town, but there's a lot of love here.
Couldn't agree more. I had a blast here. I know Ian did as well. Ian, what are some of your favorite things about Adrian?
Oh, the city or the college? I can talk at length about both.
And the city, because I love this community. Lenawee County is an unbelievable place, and honestly, I hope I have the privilege of raising a family here because I couldn't see myself leaving.
Well, we'll speak to the college a little bit. Zoe, you did mention the community aspect of how tight-knit all the sports are. They really support each other and appreciate what each other do on the field or on the ice or on the diamond. But it is one big Bulldog family, and you got to like the academic side of things, of course. That's why you go to school. You're a student-athlete. You're not an athlete-student. So the course options are almost endless. They're getting to that point.
And twice in a row they run that check down pass. This time they pay for it to some degree. A big hit right there by the young man, Bulldogs defensive back, number 27, Roman Porta. I talked to Harry Bailey about him this morning. He's from Miami, Florida, and he's seeing his first action here tonight.
Yeah, go back to the classes and the class size. You got to like the teacher-to-student ratio as well, and everything is walkable. I think that's great for students. It's great for safety. No big-time transit issues. Everything's right in one central location.
Handoff, nothing doing for the tailback. 3rd down now for Heidelberg. Yeah, I agree. Couldn't agree more. And new things are cropping up every day here at Adrian College. It's unreal. And now the Art Center is being renovated. It's going to be glorious.
Well, a lot of movement there.
Bit of trouble.
Moving and then finger pointing. Usually. You did it. No, you did it.
It's his fault. He'll get that on these big jobs. That was a false start by the ref. He started to call the penalty and then stopped and started again. It's a false start.
Someone has to call him.
I'd like to see this defense create a turnover. I think this is a nice setup for them to play an aggressive style of defense, attack the football, try to make a big play right here.
Third down for Heidelberg, 4 out wide. Gebhardt rolling right, pressure coming, gonna have to do something. Throws a missile right side, and what a play by Adrian's defensive back, roving across the field, donning number 33. That's Dwight Mann, the freshman. Same.
Apologize for that. I tried to move the mic. Yeah, nice play on the outside, closing in on that receiver. Got just enough on the football to force this fourth down.
Fourth down, punt coming. Zoe, how'd the halftime show go? I wasn't here.
It was good. It was good. Me, Megan, and Ryan, just talked about a little bit about campus, about the game here today.
I'm sure you guys did great. I didn't hear from Steve Sheehan, so that's always a good sign. Punts away. This one is tipped in the end zone, and it'll stay there. That means the Bulldogs going to come out a ways onto the field as they start this next drive. They'll have great field position. 4:28 left in the third quarter. 44-7 the tally. For those of you just joining us, I'm Gabriel Schrei. Ian Wendt here with me back for our 5th year in the booth. Now on the new Adrian College Sports Network. We're excited to have you, but Zoe, can you introduce yourself real quick while you're here with us?
My name is Zoe Deslip. I'm a sophomore here. This is my first year working with ACTV, and I'm beyond excited. There's a lot going on, so it's really fun to get my head around everything that goes into broadcasting and filming and production of everything here at Adrian College.
It's definitely a lot of behind-the-scenes work.
There's so much going on up
there.
Here we go. Here comes Jerome Neal, and he's tripped up. Oh, he had some space to work with, and you can see the frustration as he bounces up off the turf. I'd be upset, too.
Yeah, he knew what the blocking was there and just couldn't quite turn the corner. And the freshman from Deerfield Beach, Florida, we mentioned that location a couple of times. Big emphasis on recruiting in the state of Florida for Adrian College. Really spreading out their home base. A couple of homers here on the roster and on the depth chart as well.
And look at those moves. Unbelievable work. Standing, stuttering, and juking his way down the field. He went to the far side, just inside of the hash marks right there, and picked up the 1st and 10. It was a 7-yard scamper here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Yeah, up to the 34-yard line. Got to use some tempo here. Still down 44-7, just about 3:30 to play in this third quarter, and flags fly yet again.
I believe that was Cortland Carson, the freshman, on the carry on that last play. While they're working out this penalty real quick, I want to plug a couple of things. At the half, I popped up our drone into the sky. That's why I was late rejoining Ian here on the network. Sorry about that. Got some footage of the band. So you can check that out on ACTV's Instagram and Twitter. You can also check out the new banners here inside of Docking Family Stadium. And keep your eyes peeled. Megan Abbey, student here at Adrian College, shooting B-roll for me down on the sideline. A hype video coming for the Bulldogs football team. This time, Werzer, it's an RPO. He's going to keep it. The quarterback keeper not working out in his favor. 5-yard false start penalty put them back 5 yards. The snap taken from around the 29, and that's where he'll stay. He got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I know that play didn't produce much, but that was the right call for Werzer. The defensive end crashed in on that play, going for the running back. He pulled the ball out, which is what you're supposed to do, but unfortunately blocking didn't work out too well on the backside, and he was dropped, like you said, for no gain.
Man in motion, Werzer in the gun, looking to throw on 2nd and long. A bomb right side, caught, oh my goodness! He had it and he dropped it, and that has to be the 4th long ball dropped by Adrian here today.
Wow, I'll tell you what, that throw from Jack Werzer, he doesn't throw a football like he's 5'7", 160-some pounds, does he?
No, he throws a football. I'm about to sound really old. I'm about to sound like Jim Brandstatter, but he throws a football like a man. I mean, he does. He gets out there and he lets it fly, and he's not afraid to throw the ball. As Adrian's offensive coordinator put it, he gets it where it needs to go. And I couldn't love the guy more, you know. He's the kind of guy that if you have a daughter and he's dating her, you're happy about it. He's a great kid. Running up the gut right here, and he is sacked. A little bit of trouble for the Bulldogs as the former Pinckney Pirate running at quarterback loses a yard. What?
The dating analogy, I don't know.
That's
Can
a
she
great
run
way.
deep routes?
How
If
are
she
you
can
going
run
to
deep routes? That might be a perfect connection.
That was a pretty good joke.
Thank you.
I think that's a great analogy. I heard that last night on JTV. A coach told us that. Actually, he's a Bulldog alum. I won't name him. I heard that last night on JTV in Jackson. A coach told us that. If I had a daughter, I'd be happy if she was dating him. And I was like, that's great. So I stole it. I stole that just now on air. It's a great analogy. You don't like
comedy
it?
up here in the booth.
Punt is away. Matthews fields it back on the 40 of Heidelberg. And he gets about 5. They're down to their own 45 as they'll be driving from left to right on your radio dial for this drive. I'm sticking with that. If I had a daughter, I would permiss her to see Jack Werzer.
I haven't met him really personally, so I can't. I'm not making that call yet.
Let's get off this. Let's move on.
You're the one getting on it.
No.
You keep feeding it to me like I have to say something.
1st and 10 now for Heidelberg University.
Still see all the starting offense out there up big, just running through their plays.
Handoff, the tailback has a bit of space and runs over one Bulldog before he crosses the 45 of Adrian. 1st and 10 now.
We talked in the pregame about a breakout season for this Heidelberg backfield, of course, featuring the young tailback Brandon Short. Not too many stats last season, but you got to think he was sitting behind some talent in that Heidelberg backfield. But gosh, we're seeing a great running back here tonight, accompanied by a quarterback that has the ability to find the open man and make the throw, and some outstanding receivers as well.
Again, they give up the gut, and a short gain there of about 2 yards as they cross the 35 of Adrian, driving left to right on your radio dial, but that's enough for a 1st and 10 for Heidelberg and the Student Princes.
No score since the start of this third quarter, as we are inside of a minute.
Handoff, the big man rumbling forward, runs over a couple of players in his way, and finally tackled down as he crosses the 15 down in the red zone, and now threatening to score again. They lead 44-7 here on the campus of Adrian College. 45 seconds left in the third. Trips right for Gephardt and the Prince offense. Check down pass left side, complete, touchdown for the Prince offense. They lead 52-7 here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
A little simple go route, little break to the inside, and the quarterback put the ball right where you're supposed to for the catch and score. They do put the ball in the end zone before the end of this third quarter. It had been really back and forth for both clubs. Defense is really stepping up in this third frame, but Heidelberg breaks through toward the end.
And here comes the PAT. Trying to draw Adrian offside. Snap is good. Hold is good. Nearly blocked. This one is up, away, and it's through. Up big here on the campus of Adrian College. It's 51-7 with 35 seconds left in the third quarter. We'll take a 30-second break. Be right back here on ACSN.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors. The service never stops once you visit CR Motors in Hudson. CR Motors builds customers for life. With a full automotive service and maintenance department, CR Motors both repairs and sells vehicles. They have tons of brand new options and top-of-the-line used options too. A huge thanks to CR Motors of Hudson for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics.
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Thanks so much for joining us on WLEN FM, Adrian, Michigan's #1 commercial radio station. It's been Adrian College's commercial radio partner for almost 2 decades, Ian.
Yeah, great partnership formed here. Gosh, what a great night for football.
I know, it's been a blast. Kickoff going to be going from left to right on your radio dial. Heidelberg just scored again, 51-7 with 35 left in the third quarter. Big sputtering bounces going back to the Adrian College Bulldog return man. Makes one Heidelberg Prince miss, and now tackled down from behind. Looks like he had something opening up there, and just a bit of good luck for the Princes as their man does not give up on the back end of the play.
Hey, I'm seeing some positive things out of the kick return game for Adrian College. Some real athleticism, catching the ball and making some plays, making people miss. That's going to show up later in the conference play. I'd have to believe it would keep getting better as the season goes on for Adrian, but that's been a real bright spot, at least for me, looking at special teams. A couple aspects of special teams have been suspect a little bit tonight, but I am impressed with this kick return unit.
Check down pass, close side, crosses the Bulldog 30. Now a spin move, and he's tackled down at the 40-yard line. Jack Werzer let that one fly to the close sideline. Got the slot receiver, Clarence Madison from Romulus, Michigan.
Really impressed with Madison, the wide receiver from Woodhaven High School. Really came on the scene toward the middle of last season, became that secondary option for Jack Werzer. He's been involved a little bit tonight as a real weapon from that slot position. Nice catch, good blocking on the outside by the other guys as they wrap up the third quarter.
That will do it for the third quarter of action here on the Adrian College Sports Network. We are going to take a quick 30-second break and be right back with more here on ACSN.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, Lenawee Recreation. Lenawee Recreation has been a staple of fun in Adrian for decades. Lenawee Recreation offers bowling, fun, games, and so much more. Lenawee Recreation offers ZZ's Bar and Grill. It has a variety of lunch and dinner options available. Lenawee Rec is located on College Ave in Adrian. A huge thank to Adrian's Bowling Alley and Barside Grill for sponsoring Adrian College athletics.
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. You can hear Adrian College's band. They've been fantastic here tonight. As I mentioned, you can see them, find them on Instagram and Twitter at Adrian College TV. Check out the banners. Got some beautiful new banners here inside of Docking Family Stadium. Zoe, as we get underway with the fourth quarter of action, what are you thinking about here?
I just hope, the Bulldogs can pull through and, take the lead on this one. Just for all the students out there, there's a little discount we all get. For every touchdown, you get 5% off at the school store, capped at 20%. Runs the next 48 hours after the game, so that's pretty cool. So maybe, we can get another touchdown here before...
First and 10 for Adrian College. Jack Werzer in the gun. They're now driving from left to right on your radio dial, starting on their own 35. Pass to the right side.
That was an ambitious pass for Werzer. Not too many spots to go. He looked in the flat initially, didn't see anything there. Tried to go deep and just couldn't make that connection with Jalen Parker, that far right side. So, Gabe, are you seeing some positive things, at least in the second half, in terms of adjustments and effort, ability, anything like that stand out to you?
I saw some positive things as soon as the first quarter was over. They were down 30-0. They scored a touchdown and settled down, and they've only let up 21 points since. Obviously, they figured out kind of what they were doing wrong. They let up some big plays early, and this is a team that is predicated on understanding other teams' mistakes, their weaknesses and flaws. Because when you're Heidelberg and you're playing in a conference with teams like Mount Union and you're playing such an unforgiving schedule, those mistakes literally cannot be afforded. One mistake could ruin your whole season. You get down once, and it's just a domino effect that's over. So this is a team that understands how to capitalize on those things and builds on those pieces of momentum. And they're also just so much bigger up front. We're so young up front.
Yeah, big height-weight mismatch up front.
Absolutely.
That's been obvious throughout the game.
Absolutely. Third down now. Jack Werzer wants to throw. Pressure coming. Going to have to do something with the football. He's tackled down from behind and sacked. Fourth down for Adrian and the Bulldogs. So talking about the size of them up front and the inexperience is a good thing in my mind because they're going to grow into these positions, learn, and be very good in a year or two.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I look no further than the center of the field, right on the football, touches the ball every single play. Ben Pelletier, Coach Deere really high on this kid. He's the captain of that. I don't know if he's the actual captain of the offensive line, but as the center, you have to make a lot of play calls, adjustments, audibles, pick out the blitzers, things like that. So I look no further than that to gauge the growth and the talent of the offensive line.
Punt is away. Return man for Heidelberg back on their 20. He'll step away from it And Adrian will down this one at the 16 of the Student Princes. 13:20 left in the contest. When they start this next drive on offense, Heidelberg University will drive from right to left on your radio dial. They lead 51-7 here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Yeah, we've talked about both teams and both conferences, kind of the top dogs in each conference. Hope slated to pick win the MIAA. Albion and Trine close by. Heidelberg picked, I believe it was 6th in their conference. And to see the score the way it is here just tells you, we've talked at length about the strength of the conference that Heidelberg plays in. Obviously, Mountain Union, every season, that's a competitive ball club in Division III football, just a football machine over there. So to take on a ball club like this at home opening day, it was a challenge. We knew it would be a challenge going in, and you said they kind of took a punch in the mouth in that first quarter, but a really impressive third quarter, I think.
Yeah, I think so as well, and we can't stress enough that they're kind of unpacking things as they go, learning about some of these new athletes. In fact, one of my favorites I saw play in the state championship at Ford Field last year, Kyer Johnson from Lumen Christi. He was so important, such a clutch piece of what was going on, and now he's here on the campus of Adrian College playing for the Bulldogs. Going to the far side, and they'll be out of play. $12:50 left in this contest, Zoe.
I mean, the clock is ticking. We got to see something going on.
Heidelberg trips left. That's the close side of the field right now. Handoff up the gut, and their tailback is rolled over by an Adrian linebacker, but not before he picks up 4 yards. It's a 1st and 10 as they reach their own 29, driving right to left on your radio dial. Huge thanks to everyone for joining us. Would really appreciate it if you'd pull over your car and follow us on social media if you're listening on the radio. Just turn it right off. Handoff up the gut, and a lot of space right here. Tumbling down over the 45. 1st and 10 for Heidelberg University. They're driving right to left on your radio dial. Now on the Bulldogs side of the field, and Zoe, they're running that hurry up. Trips left, Gephardt in the gun. One on the far side. Here's the give up the gut. Tailback is going to take a shot and go down. 2nd and medium now. Clock continues to run. Sub 12 minutes here on the campus of Adrian College. I meant to pull your car over social media thing. I want you to turn it off. I don't care what it is. It can be a Ford, a Dodge, a GMC. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you have no excuse. I'm very angry you haven't followed us on social media. I'm upset with you right now. We're not friends anymore.
I'm indifferent.
Well, you should be mad. Just kidding, of course, but we would appreciate it. 4 wide, batted down by the Bulldog defender. 3rd down for Heidelberg University. I'd like to hear personally, too, if you want to email me, you're welcome to, or tweet at me or DM me on Twitter, what you think of our commentary if you're a Heidelberg fan. I want to hear if you think we're fair and unbiased, because I think that's important and it makes the game a lot more fun. And if we are biased, that's okay, but I want to hear that personally, and that's for me to hear.
Ian doesn't want to know. No, I could just tell you.
Ian doesn't want to know.
I can give you analysis.
I know you don't want to know because I feel like you're a Bulldog for life, man. Gephardt off the field right here. Quarterback pass down the field, caught.
Boy, he was close to the line of scrimmage when he let that football go. Pressure forced him up in the pocket. Was able to get the completion, but that was awfully close to that line of scrimmage. Not too many huddles utilized by both teams here today. You're just seeing the evolution of football away from the huddle, more toward this no-huddle type offense. A lot of plays coming in from the sideline.
1st and 10, the backup QB fakes the give, check down pass close side, puts a move on a Bulldog, spins around another defender, staying on his feet in traffic, and finally tackled down just outside of the red zone. That play started on the 21-yard line of the Adrian Bulldogs, and as they move right to left on your radio dial, they pick up a nice chunk of yardage there to get down into the shadows of the goal post here. 10:30 left in the contest.
Yeah, there's not too much breeze, but if there is one, it's a little bit at Heidelberg's back, going from their right to left just a little bit. It's affected some passes, at least early on, but not too much since. So they've been reliant on the run most of the second half. So they're working their way toward the end zone once again.
Second and short, handoff left side, and could be enough for a first down, yes. They'll reach the 10-yard line of Adrian, first and goal, Heidelberg University.
Boy, I like that tackle, though. Nice effort going low for that shoestring tackle, because if he doesn't make that play right there, that's another touchdown for Heidelberg. So nice play by the safety. They say making that tackle was Brandon Kwiatkowski.
From the 10-yard line, trips right. One man on the close sideline. The give up the gut. Tailback battling his way forward, and the Princes pick up a nice chunk. Going to be second and goal here on the campus of Adrian College. 51-7 the score for anyone just joining us. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Ian Wendt is here alongside me, and the ball down on the 3? Yeah, it's on the 3-yard line.
3.5.
3.5. That's a long 3.
Yeah, really milking this play clock down now with a comfortable lead.
Trips right for Heidelberg. One man on the close side. The Prince team. Quarterback fakes the give. And the tailback diving up in there. Nice fake on the give right there. I liked how he pretended he was going to take that, instead putting it up the gut.
Yeah, a little zone option play. You don't block the defensive end. If he goes down and tries to take the running back, as a quarterback, you're taught to pull the ball out of the running back's stomach and run where the defensive end was. And if you end up handing the ball off, you still have to fake it like you're going to do that, like you mentioned. Nice fake right there.
Trips right, the give left side. Tailback pushing his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Heidelberg University. 57-7 with 8:20 left in the final period of action here on the campus of Adrian College.
Yeah, just a power run off the left side. Nothing too fancy for the Student Princes. So they are still pumped up on their sideline. They came in here with a purpose, and they came out strong, and they're closing it out strong. Here's they're looking to tack on their 58th point of this evening.
Snap is good. Hold is good. The PAT going to ping off the crossbar. 57-7 will remain the tally with 8:22 to go. We're going to take a 30-second break. Be right back here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, Gurgen Insurance Group. Gurgen offers many services and products to fulfill the goals of their clients. Honesty, integrity, confidentiality, and service are the cornerstones of Gurgen Insurance Group. Their missions is to positively impact the communities they serve by providing insurance and products through well-trained professional representatives. A huge thanks to Gurgen Insurance for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics.
Welcome back to Docking Family Stadium. Before we get underway with this next Bulldog possession, Ian, I want to give a big thanks to a few people who helped us produce all of the audio to bring this together. I did all the video you see online on ACTV, but the audio was a lot for me. And Megan Abbey, Leonard Poole recording some of the voiceovers. Steve Sheehan was kind enough to record a voiceover for us, which I believe, did you and Joe end up using that for WLEN's presentation of today's contest? Maybe?
I think part of it.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Joe Johns, last minute.
He was up late, so I don't know for sure.
Joe Johns is a rock star, man. He really is a driving force behind all the wins WLEN has in the Michigan Association of Broadcasters competition each year. Bulldog return man has a bit of a seam. Stays on his feet a lot longer than I thought he would. Tackled down just shy of their own 30. They'll be driving left to right on your radio dial with 8 minutes remaining. They trail 57-7.
Yeah, if that's still Jimmy Clark on that return, that could be he could be a special player in that Bulldog return unit. I think every time he's been hit initially, he's been able to elude that tackler and make something big happen afterwards. So I'm really looking forward to the growth of Jimmy Clark as we move through this season.
Jack Werzer, 1st and 10, going left to right on your radio dial. 3 out wide and some trouble in the backfield. A loss there. It's now 2nd and long for Adrian.
Not too many. There's been a couple of. I don't even think there's been a formation issue. There might have been a couple of holdings, offsides on defense, but I think penalty-wise and miscues, you got to be pretty happy if you're Coach Deere in this Bulldog football club on their first game here for 2019. That's something you always try to avoid as a coaching staff. I think Adrian's done a nice job so far.
Again, up the gut, nothing doing. Back to the line of scrimmage. Clock will continue to run. It's third down now for Adrian, third and long. That's a great point, and Adrian is going to take that as a positive and move forward with that. Okay, we didn't have any formation issues, so we know our playbook. What they're going to really learn from this contest and carry forward with them is how do we get around this problem up front with size? Because Olivet is going to have size up front.
Yep.
Trine is going to have size up front. Hope is going to have size up front. So they'll be taking this really big size differential, learning from it, and then using that to their advantage going forward.
That's for sure. I think we have a change at quarterback.
7 minutes left of the contest. The handoff results in a tackle for loss. It's now fourth down for Adrian. Sub 7 minutes left in the game, and you are right.
Hunter Ham getting some snaps.
Ham Balam is in the game at quarterback.
Yeah, the senior from down in Texas. I've been told by a couple of sources that he and Jack Werzer are just great teammates.
Yeah.
And really good friends. And I didn't quite catch the opening coin flip, but I'm pretty sure Ham is also a captain.
That's awesome.
Along with Werzer. So that's just a special relationship. There could be like resentment if there's the quarterback situation last year.
There's not.
Or try to transfer out or anything like that. That just says a lot to me about the character of Hunter Ham.
I agree with that. Ball fielded back on the 36-yard line of Heidelberg. Their return man runs the spin move and is tackled down as he moves from right to left on your radio dial at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10, Heidelberg University. They return to the field with 6:11 left of the contest. Couldn't agree more. High character quarterbacks in that locker room, and Evan Gaylord leading that effort, and he's done a fantastic job. He's fun to work with as somebody who covers the team. Easy to talk to. All the coaching staff really is here at Adrian, and I really, really appreciate a lot of college football teams. You see it in high school, not enough, but you see where they are trying to develop better men off the field as well. And you see that here at Adrian College. You don't see that a lot in college football. They're dedicated to improving these guys as people as well, and that's impressive.
Again, couldn't agree more. That makes great sense. That says a lot of things about this coaching staff.
Yeah, I really think so. Handoff right side between the tackles. A short gain right there, about 2 yards. And that's consistent here at Adrian College across the board. You talk to Adam Krug, and you say, Adam, what is your focus as a coach here at Adrian College? I kid you not. This guy's been saying the same thing to me since I met him.
You mean hockey coach Adam Krug?
Hockey coach, okay. Yes. So I'm telling you it's the same across the board with every program here at Adrian College. But Adam Krug says it the best. He says, when guys come to Adrian College, he doesn't say he wants to build a better hockey player. He says, I want fine young men to come out of my program, ready to have a family, secure a great job, make a great living, and be great community members. That's unbelievable. You don't see that in college athletics a lot, and we get that from every coach here on campus. I just love that. It's going to be 3rd and medium for Heidelberg University here, Adrian College on D, trying to slow them up, and they've had a hard time pumping the brakes today.
Yeah, to go back to your point about growing young men, not just athletes. You're going to spend most of your life not playing the sport you're playing.
Yeah.
Even at the professional level, you're done by 40-something, depending on the sport, of course. But at least football, most of them are done by 40. You have most of your life not playing football. So to build character and those highly desirable qualities is something you got to get through this coaching staff. And they get it from there, and they get it in the classroom as well from their teachers.
3rd down, quarterback keeper, lots of space, crosses the midfield stripe, lowers his shoulder on the close sideline. Looks like he got down to the 46, which would be enough for a Heidelberg 1st and 10, Ian.
Yeah, that carry, that's Trevor Harrison-Ron, the backup quarterback, listed at 6'2" in your program, 210. He's a pretty big quarterback, nice size, out of Candle Winchester. Went to Candle Winchester High School. He is a sophomore, so they could be seeing some of him after Gephardt, the senior, graduates from Heidelberg. A pretty good specimen there. Quarterback, a different play for him on that quarterback run. We haven't seen that yet tonight.
This time they give up the gut. Tailback with a lot of space. Tried to run a little bit of a shimmy and bake, but he is tackled down as he steps sideways. Coming down at the 35 of Adrian College as they move right to left on your radio dial. That's a 1st and 10. We are sub 4 minutes. It's 57-7. Heidelberg lead, and they have the football.
Now, one of the toughest things that I have to do for these football games, I know there's a lot of stuff you have to set up, and we have to get set up in the studio, all over the place, but one of the toughest things I have to do, which you've kind of given to me for whatever reason, picking player of the game.
Yeah.
And we'll be doing that during our post-game show, so be sure to tune in for that.
Good luck.
We'll look through all the stats and get to the best player of the game. Of course, that'll be after our broadcast here tonight.
Handoff, and the tailback again with big space. He's tackled down, right, just shy of a 1st down. He'll reach the 26-yard line of Adrian College. Well, I know that the coaches and the players from Adrian are going to go home and be dejected tonight, and Heidelberg is going to be riding a big wave on the bus ride home, and they should. They should feel great about themselves. They should carry this forward, and Adrian should just let it go. This is a non-conference game they scheduled to open the season against a tough opponent. They knew this could happen, and they need to understand that going forward. And, Ian, I know Jim Deere, I know this coaching staff, as we mentioned, they're big on character. They know that, and they're going to do that. They're going to let this go and move on.
Right, you'd only look at film for formations and things like that, where the holes are, where they weren't, but they could have done better, but you're not investing too much in this. Like we mentioned before, a rough start for Adrian College. Heidelberg really put the pedal to the metal, going up 30-0 in the early going, a really long first quarter if you're an Adrian College Bulldog fan. But 30-0 from there on out, and then, the kind of stepping it up a little bit that second quarter and carried through to the second half. So there are some good things you can take from this game if you're the coaching staff, but yeah, don't put too much stock into it.
3rd down now. Under 2 minutes in the contest as Heidelberg drives right to left on your radio dial. Quarterback keeper headed far side, cuts up and is tackled down. That'll make it 4th down. Clock continues to roll. 57-7. Heidelberg lead. Before Ian gets on with this, Zoe, I want to know, can we get some incredibly public critique on the camera work? We're going to talk about it at our meeting next week with our students, what we've done on Adrian College TV. What do you think?
I think it's great. There's a lot of, different angles, different stuff to cut to, and I don't know, I think they're doing a fabulous job today on the first day.
There you go.
But no, it's been fun. It's fun looking at all the angles and
handoff up the gut. Tailback stopped right away. Turnover on downs. Adrian College gets the football back. 70 seconds left in the game. They'll run left to right on your radio dial. Clock's still running. That's an error, but I'm sure they'll figure it out at some point.
And for the Bulldogs, you probably don't mind that clock running right now, but
no.
They will hopefully reset that and get things underway. Some guys getting some playing time that might not normally during the season. As we mentioned, the quarterback, Hunter Ham, getting some time back there in the shotgun. A lot of new faces on that Bulldog offense, and the officials do now see the clock. They're going to blow this thing dead. Went all the way down to 35 seconds before they caught it. 36.3, actually.
I want you to tell me about what we're going to see and hear here during the post-game show on the Adrian College Sports Network. Before we do, right now we've got all 4 camera angles up on ACTV so they can see what you were talking about. This is what Zoe is seeing here on about a 4-inch display and working with on ACTV. Ian, when we get into the post-game show, what are we going to be talking about?
Well, we're going to go over the stats, of course, of this one. They're going to be lopsided, but you're going to look for things like completion percentage from quarterbacks. Are your linebackers making tackles? You look at penalties. Things you can control, unforced errors. And, of course, we'll pick our player of the game. Quite a few candidates, of course, to choose from. The big catch, the touchdown, obviously could be a candidate for play of the game, but that was made by the Bulldogs. Henry Wilson, the junior, making that nice grab earlier in the first half.
Bulldog tailback coming close, side down the sideline, crosses Adrian's 40 and out of play. And that's enough for a 1st and 10 for the Adrian Bulldogs. Clock running here in the waning moments of this contest.
Yeah, Jimmy Clark able to get that carry. He's a sophomore from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Went to Bishop Dwenger High School. As they're going to tick down the final 30 seconds. This should be the final play of the ball game here tonight. Hunter Ham is in the shotgun. He's going to look to throw. His receiver was not looking for that pass. He was looking for his teammate right there. That was number 24, Tanner Vidas, wide receiver out of Milan, Ohio. A few Ohio players here on this Bulldog roster, quite a few from Michigan, as you would expect, but the Bulldogs do some heavy recruiting down in Florida, the Panhandle State.
22 seconds left in the game. Second down, pass close side, incomplete. Hunter Ham just going to chuck that one away. That's the exact right move.
Yeah, nowhere really to go. It almost looked like a one receiver route on that play. Official stop play for just a moment to switch out footballs, I believe. Or is there a penalty? A penalty on the Bulldogs. Declined by Heidelberg. This brings up a 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 for Adrian. Handoff up the gut, clock down to 10 seconds, and this should take us into the handshake here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Your final score going to be 57-7. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be with our post-game show in just a moment. Ian, any final thoughts?
Just looking forward to breaking down the stats of this one. I'm sure the coaching staff for Adrian ready to look ahead to week 2. Take this loss, grieve appropriately, move ahead to week 2 as they'll be heading on the road. We'll be down in southern Indiana. We'll have more on that in our post-game show.
Okay, we'll be right back with more. We're going to take a 60-second break and be right back with our post-game show here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Thank you for tuning in for Adrian College football on WVAC-FM and ACTV. A huge thanks from all of us here at Adrian College to our sponsors for making today's broadcast possible. Sponsors of today's broadcast include Gurgen Insurance, located at 311 North Winter Street, Carlton Lodge, located at 1629 West Maumee Street, CR Motors of Hudson, located at 518 South Meridian Road, the Adrian College Bookstore, located at 110 South Madison Street, On the Spot Glass, located at 2393 Forest Hills Drive, and Lenawee Recreation and ZZ's, located at 520 College Avenue. Our sponsors make it possible for us to bring you Adrian College football. Thank you to all of our sponsors for supporting Bulldog Athletics. Please be sure to subscribe to Adrian College TV on YouTube and find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Back here for our post-game show on the Adrian College Sports Network, and it's been a fantastic contest here today. Lots of fun to watch and be a part of. Unfortunately, Adrian College falling 57-7 here at home to open the season, but Ian, I think they're going to learn from this.
You don't know what kind of ball club you're going to have week 1. And we said it at the beginning. There's no pregame, or preseason, I should say, for college football. You got to go right at it, and they came face-to-face with a very good opponent in Heidelberg University. They came up here to Adrian and took care of business, putting up 30 straight points to start the contest. And, it's a tough way to start the season, but you don't know what kind of ball club you're going to have, and I think now the Bulldogs have a better idea of who they are. They're trying to figure out what's going on in terms of coaches, adjustments, and what kind of players they have. I think they found a couple of answers at receiver. Of course, Joe Cleary is one of those guys, and they look to Henry Wilson for quite a few of those as well. So interesting to see how that plays out. I think the defense made some adjustments at halftime. A very good third quarter for them. So definitely things to build on, but you kind of got to do your best to kind of look past what happened tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Ian, we're going to come back and talk stats in just 60 seconds. We'll be right back here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors. The service never stops once you visit CR Motors in Hudson. CR Motors builds customers for life. With a full automotive service and maintenance department, CR Motors both repairs and sells vehicles. They have tons of brand new options and top-of-the-line used options too. A huge thanks to CR Motors of Hudson for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics. The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, Lenawee Recreation. Lenawee Recreation has been a staple of fun in Adrian for decades. Lenawee Recreation offers bowling, fun, games, and so much more. Lenawee Recreation offers ZZ's Bar and Grill. It has a variety of lunch and dinner options available. Lenawee Rec is located on College Ave in Adrian. A huge thank to Adrian's Bowling Alley and Barside Grill for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics.
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Running over some stats here today. It was quite the impressive contest here. Taking a look at this, passing for Heidelberg, Harrison Run came in, went 2 for 3 for 26 yards there in the end, if you didn't notice that. We had a really impressive showing here from Jimmy Gephardt here today. He went 25 for 35, 322 total yards, 6 passing touchdowns for Heidelberg University. It was just unbelievable, and he really balled out. No interceptions. It was crazy to watch. Jack Werzer, he didn't look the sharpest he's ever looked, that's for sure, but he looked good, and it's a good way to start the season. He went 12 for 28, 156 yards, 1 touchdown, threw 2 picks. So, it's a rocky way to start the year for Jack Werzer, Ian, but I think he's going to build on this for sure.
It wasn't the best game out there, but hey, it was the first game, a lot to learn. Going home, having an away game next week, and then they're going to be back home for our homecoming weekend, so that's going to be an exciting game. Hopefully we can get a big win on the 21st, 22nd homecoming weekend.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and take another break here on Adrian College Sports Network. Ian is trying to tell me something, but I really don't know what he's saying. I can't tell if he wants to take a break or not. This is the first time we've done this. And
we got to work out some hand signals.
I know. We got to we need cue cards. Can we?
That might help.
Do you want to keep it here?
Yeah, we're going to keep it here. We're going to talk about a couple more stats. We're going to get some input from Zoe.
Okay.
Of course. Bulldogs fall here was a tough one. Big time loss at home, but they got to shake this one off. And you were running through some stats.
Yeah, I was running through some stats. Before I do, I want to know, and everyone, you're really getting cued in on the broadcast here. We didn't work this out ahead of time, so everyone in your car, don't pull over and follow us right now on Twitter. Do that after the game, but listen to this because this is crazy. Do we need one more 60-second, or are we good?
I think we're good.
Okay. All right, so we are going to go ahead and run through a couple of stats before we wrap this up. And I want to thank you all again for joining us, bearing with us as we worked out the kinks on some of this, but honestly, I think it went stellar, and it's been a blast.
Yeah, from in here, I feel like it was good.
Yeah, honest. And sure, if you were in your car, you had to listen to us, so obviously it was terrible if you're listening to you and I on the radio. But other than us sounding terrible, I think all the equipment stuff went pretty well for the first time.
Yeah, sure. I think, yeah.
All right. Well, we went over passing. I mentioned that Gephardt had 322 total yards. Werzer had 156, a touchdown and a pick. He was 12 for 28. It wasn't a bad day, but it wasn't great.
No, there were a couple throws. I'm not going to call them missed opportunities, but there were a couple toward the sideline where his throws looked just about perfect, but they either sailed just a little bit out of bounds or they were just out of reach of the receiver he was looking to hit. But I think Jack Werzer looked sharp. He didn't get hit too much, so I'll give the offensive line credit on that. He didn't have to do too much with his feet. And the running game was there in the second half. It didn't really exist as much in the first half. But Colton Randall came out and had a really good third quarter, and I think the defense made some promising plays there in that second half of action. But tough loss at home, final 57-50, a loss to Heidelberg University.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think we can stress enough how exciting it is to have a young offensive line up front and how they're going to learn and develop as the year goes on.
Right. You can't learn the game in practice. I know that sounds dumb, but you can't simulate game speed. You can't simulate going up against a guy that's way, way bigger than you or you've never seen before. You don't know their tendencies. So they learned a lot of stuff here. They're going to learn from film, and coaches will relay their messages to their players too. So definitely a learning experience here tonight.
Yeah, and Adrian's young on the back end. We started 2 freshmen on the defensive backfield. So again, working out those kinks moving forward, I think we're going to see some progress there. Athletic Director Michael Duffy joining us here for our postgame show. Coach, what'd you think?
Well, young kids.
Yeah.
Young kids have to learn the hard way, and this is a hard lesson to learn. You said it best. They'll improve. The game's a lot faster than I think the freshmen understand. And then when you come out here and you put it on and you go, the speed's different. It's hard to practice that speed, and you can talk about the speed all you want. I think they caught us off guard with the up-tempo, quick snaps. We're trying to change on the fly, and that's not working. And, by the time we settle down, things were better. I give the kids a lot of poise. It's tough to get beat by 50. And, a lot of things could have happened, and it didn't. And so my hat's off to those kids. And, we got to regroup. We got a big, good Hanover team next week, and we got to go down there and improve.
Yeah, and we'll be back on the Adrian College Sports Network for that. Be sure not to miss it. Follow us on social media at WLEN, WVAC, and ACTV so you do not miss that. And we're excited to be bringing that to you again. That tempo was so fast in the first quarter, I was having trouble keeping up. I can't imagine trying to call defensive plays and keep up with that. That was unbelievable.
Right, pregame is hectic as it is, and then you get right into the game and they're flying down the field, and you're like, well, what just happened?
Yeah.
Heidelberg's got some talented young men on their squad, but then to put an up-tempo game to it is even more so.
Yeah.
And, they start league play right next week, and, they got the likes of John Carroll and Mount Union, and, it's tough for them from now until the end of the season. So it'll be interesting to see how good they really are. I mean, they could be a middle of the pack in the OAC, but we got to take care of our business, of course, and we got to improve and just get better from not only the players' standpoint but coaches and managing the game and managing special teams and managing offense and managing defense. And you got to be ready for everything because you don't know what somebody's going to do. I mean, Hanover might see this game and say, oh, we got to come out and run up tempo and not give them a chance to breathe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think we saw that in conference play a little bit last year toward the end where tempo kind of got to our defensive line a little bit, and then we tried to change, and it really hurt us there. And I mentioned that toward the start that maybe they saw our film from last year, and we kind of struggled with that. So,
okay, well, fantastic game. Real quick, we got to pick our player of the game before Ian does this. You got any input? You got any suggestions?
None.
Oh, good. Thank you.
That makes it way easier.
I appreciate that. Yeah. But I got to have some time to think. So if we can take a 30-second break, and then we'll come back, I'll pick our player of the game. How about that?
Sounds good. We're going to take a 30-second break. Be right back here on the Adrian College Sports Network with our postgame show.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, Gurgen Insurance Group. Gurgen offers many services and products to fulfill the goals of their clients. Honesty, integrity, confidentiality, and service are the cornerstones of Gurgen Insurance Group. Their missions is to positively impact the communities they serve by providing insurance and products through well-trained professional representatives. A huge thanks to Gurgen Insurance for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics.
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network on WVAC, WLEN, and Adrian College TV. Well, today was fantastic. I think things went so well for all of us, and first time doing this. So again, I want to thank everyone who tuned in and for your patience, because there were some hiccups, and I'm distracted. I'm trying to run equipment and direct things and work with these students, and I'm really happy to hear you guys had fun. That was super important to me.
Oh yeah, this was a blast. It was a little overwhelming, but a lot of fun. A lot of fun to be in.
In this business, you're just thrown right into it.
It's nuts. I mean,
learn
literally,
right there.
all right,
just
you're
like
hired,
the team.
Ian. Ian, you're the news director. Go to the city commission meeting and talk to insert person here about insert crime here, and it's wild. It really is.
Yeah.
So let's hear it. You got to pick your player of the game here on the Adrian College Sports Network postgame show. Who you got?
Boy, this is a toughie. It's almost a cheating to give it to the quarterback. I think Werzer looked good. I think he had some really good throws. He can learn something from this game. But the big play, going to my player of the game, was Henry Wilson. He had 2 catches on the day for 76 yards, and he had that long play of 68 yards, scoring the only Bulldog touchdown. So congratulations to Henry Wilson, wide receiver, for being our player of the game.
Okay, Ian, it was such a fantastic contest. Any final thoughts going into next week when we see Hanover?
I think we'll see a focused team right off the bat. I think there's a lot of distractions being at home to start the season. So I think there'll be a focused club, and they have to be better in that first quarter. So I'm looking for a sharp first 15 minutes from this ball club.
Okay, I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. It was an absolute joy and a blast to bring you Adrian College Athletics on the Adrian College Sports Network for the first time. Unfortunately for us, this is it. This is the only time we're going to be homers right here. Adrian did lose, but I'm confident they'll bounce back next week, and it's just been a blast. I couldn't be happier with how it went.
For sure. You ready for next week? Get in the
ready.
car and drive down to southern
it's
Indiana?
It's a 6-hour drive one way. We'll be leaving at 5 a.m. just to bring you
we are?
Bulldog
Thanks for
football.
telling me.
Yeah, Ian is going to ride in the car with me, and I will drive and tweet the whole time I'm driving, and we will make it in one piece and do the game and drive back and be back at 1 a.m. Thanks for tuning in to the Adrian College Sports Network. For the fans, our wonderful students here at ACTV, and so many people I really should thank, including Laura Rakowski back at WLEN Radio, Joe Johns back at WLEN Radio, Steve Sheehan, Dr. Sheehan running the communications end of things here at Adrian College for WVAC. It's just been awesome, and I'm glad it all came together and worked out, including our administration, Frank Rebar, Julie Kane over at WLEN, and Mike Duffy here at Adrian College. Again, thanks to everyone. For the fans, our students, the Bulldogs, and the Princes, as well as my great partner and longtime partner, Ian Wendt. I'm Gabriel Schrei. The final tally, 57-7, a Heidelberg win here on ACSN. Good night, everyone.
This is the Adrian College Sports Network. Thank you for tuning in for Adrian College football on WVAC FM and ACTV. A huge thanks from all of us here at Adrian College to our sponsors for making today's broadcast possible. Gurgen Insurance, located at 311 North Winter Street. Carlton Lodge, located at 1629 West Maumee Street. CR Motors of Hudson, located at 518 South Meridian Road. The Adrian College Bookstore, located at 110 South Madison Street. On the Spot Glass, located at 2393 Forest Hills Drive. And Lenawee Recreation and ZZ's, located at 520 College Avenue. Our sponsors make it possible for us to bring you Adrian College football. Thank you to all of our sponsors for supporting Bulldog Athletics. Please be sure to subscribe to Adrian College TV on YouTube and find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.